Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Sim live stream today. It is the 4th of September 2024, 3 minutes past 3 in the afternoon, back in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the PMDG 777-300ER for a flight to Frankfurt. That's because Aerosoft tomorrow will be releasing their anticipated mega airport scenery, and I thought, why not fly to the airport, because they very kindly sent me a key, and we'll have a little explore of the scenery as well. And then after we've done that, because I'm such a nice person, and because everyone's been very generous the last few days, I'll purchase a €30 Aerosoft gift voucher for you to be able to purchase this scenery when it's released, either tomorrow or in the coming days. We'll be departing from here, Oslo-Gardermoen, flights of around 1 hour and 50 minutes. The reason I chose this departure airport, I also have the mega airport scenery here as well. Yeah, about 1 hour 45 minutes for the flight, live time, live weather. It's absolutely dreary and grey here, but we've got nice weather waiting for us in Frankfurt. This is the third stream in a row I've done in the last few days. It's been very intense, but I've really enjoyed it as well. This is the latest version of the PMDG 777. I haven't done a test sector, so I've installed the scenery, checked both airports to make sure it was all working okay. So hopefully no issues with the flight as well. We won't have a full tour of this mega airport scenery, but it goes without saying the detail is incredible. Even in this airport here in Oslo-Gardermoen, you can see here, just in this terminal we're in, as we... Oh, listen, you can even hear the noise in the terminal as well. Now, the Frankfurt scenery, because it's so vast, you don't have the ability to go into the terminal, but you can see it's all detailed through the window. But we'll have a full tour of that scenery later. And here we are on stand 80, the Alpaca Airways 777-300ER. Last time we flew that was from Dublin, I think, to Iceland about about a month ago. So yeah, completely cold and dark. I'm going to enjoy this flight time here. Full load of passengers and a full load of freight as well. 368 passengers, 20 tons of freight, right up to the maximum zero fuel weight of this aircraft, and a nice heavy landing for us in Frankfurt today. My goodness, I've just looked across the chat. There's a lot of membership pings. Well, firstly, from the first one I've read, Alex Patterson, thanks for the 6 months, buddy. Should I be working? Yes, but work and wait. Great to see you again, Captain. Very good, Alex Patterson. Don't get yourself in trouble on my behalf. Hope you're doing well. Matthew Newey, you've just joined as a member. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for your support. You get invited to our members-only Discord. Hope you enjoyed the custom modes in chat. Thank you very much. Jorge345, welcome back as a member as well. He's just said that's more like it. I guess that's why I can't explore it does. Well, welcome back. No problem at all. Thank you very much for your continued support as a member. Lawrence here using the San Francisco Bay Bridge emoji there. Very nice. Ted Barker, hope you're doing well. Hello, Aviators. Looking forward to this one. Fantastic. Luke P95's here. Steven's here as well. Matthias Mucha, the typewriter kid. Ted Baker, who I already said hello to, I think. 1K Dan Rude's here as well. 33 months as a member. Mattez, I hope you're doing very well, buddy. Thank you very much for your continued support. Hello, says Aaron. Hasso Basso, any plans to test the new Zebo flight model? Hopefully very soon, buddy. Detailing cars, it's a big learning curve going to the 777 from the 73. Yeah, there's a lot of differences, but there's that fleet commonality or Boeing commonality between the two jets. But a lot of you and a lot of my ex-colleagues who now fly the 777, who sometimes pop into my streams, give me a lot of banter when I fly this aircraft, because I try and fly it like an NG, which is quite amusing. Remember, I am only programmed to fly an NG and absolutely nothing else, so it's always quite amusing for all of you to watch all the time. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpits. As I said, we're completely cold and dark. Bear with me, as I always say during all setups, because it can take me some time to get things up and running. It's a longer flight than usual than I usually do, an hour and 50, so I have plenty of time to chat about it. And when we land, we'll get on stand, unload the passengers, and then we'll explore the scenery before I purchase the Aerosoft gift card. Right then, so let's get some power. Batteries on, and the external power's connected. Now, just before the start of this stream, I noticed there's some new tabs here. I think it was under one of these, EFB, and this one. I pressed update nav data and it seems to have crashed there, so I just want to check what this is all about and what's happened here. Let's see if we can at least update something in the FMC. I don't know what this is about. I checked the Navigraph, there was no updates for the aircraft as well, so yes, we'll see what happens. Supercal, is the Aerosoft Oslo-Gardermoen scenery good? It is. We've flown into here when it was released last year at some point. Yeah, it's very detailed indeed. But as I said, we want to check out the Frankfurt scenery. Have a look at my destinations map in the video description and look for the last time we flew from Oslo-Gardermoen. You'll have a little bit of a scenery tour there. So let's just get GSX up and running. I just want to check the FMC. This should be okay. Yeah, SimBrief okay. Request boarding.
boarding requested.
We'll go with, let's go with Menzies. That's going to start the old process now. There we are. And because we're on a bit of a remote stand, I guess we're going to have buses, or maybe they'll walk them from the terminal. I'm not too sure, but we've got a huge amount of passengers to get on board and cargo in about 25 minutes. If it's already up to date, don't worry. Yeah, I think it's just sort of timed out on that page. Let's just have a little look up here. Okay, that's promising. Yeah, FMC, pause in it. Let's just put in Oslo-Gardermoen Echo November Golf Mike. I need to put the ADIRU on first. I guess it will give me the option to move that here, but it's looking good. The fact let me put the 4-letter code in. Right, let's do a bit of a panel scan. So, working our way up here, these can come on. Unlike the Flight Factor 777, there's a lot more on by default in comparison. Window heat can come on. R-elect to auto. Make sure the fault light extinguishes, and then we'll turn on the centre hydraulic pumps. E-elect to auto. Seatbelt sign off until the fueling's done. No electronics.
Passenger's bus is coming.
We'll leave that on. Nav lights already on by default. Pumps on here. We won't have any fuel in the centre tank. That's all on, and that's all on. Overhead panel's pretty much set up. There we are. Now it's doing all of its self-tests. What on earth is going on there? Is that my passenger bus? Crikey, O'Reilly. That is hilarious. I've never seen. Oh, they've slowed right down there. Is that my passenger bus? It's like it heard me say, I don't want to be running late today. I've never seen that before. That's absolutely hilarious. Is that the Ferrari bus? Brilliant. Oh, look, we've got a little co-pilot here today as well. Here he is, look. He's not been on the stream for a while. Hello. He's just getting comfortable. Oh, you've got the pillow in your eye. Hold on. There you go. Bless him. Right, we'll turn on chat cam later. Let me just sort out my yoga cam. There we are. Ooh.
Passengers boarding starting.
Perfect. Sounds like the passengers have boarded as well. Lewis Hamilton is the bus driver. DRS enabled. That bus was on V1. I've never seen anything so fast. Brilliant. So panel scans done here. Turn on the flight directors. We'll be departing off runway 01 left today. So quite a short taxi. It's the preferred departure airport. I've actually flown into this airport before. I've never been to Frankfurt, Main. Final approach track 012 degrees, and the stop level is 7,000, I think. Yeah, 7,000, not 70. So we'll set 7,000 because we don't have any ATC, and the runway QDM, which was 012. So 012 here. Oops. Oh, why is that going up in 5 degree increments? There we are, and 7,000 feet. It did this the other day, didn't it, when I last flew it? There we are, 70, and we'll set that later. Auto throttle's on already by default. We'll set the QNH, which according to Microsoft Flight Simulator is 1023. We'll set the MFRA, which is 1,700 feet. Oh. How do I set that quickly? What's happened? It has been updated since I last flew it. Don't tell me I have to... Yeah, hopefully I'll hold it down and it'll start increasing quickly. What? How do I set the MFRA as quickly as possible? Interesting. Has anyone had this problem? I've rotated it all the way now to the forward stop. Now it's going up in 10 foot increments, but very slowly. That's only because I'm holding my nose wheel down. Oh! There we are, 1,700. I'm going to be spending that entire stream setting the MFRA. There we are. Stop! 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 You could adjust that. Something's definitely changed since I've last streamed it. I'm probably not going to set exactly what we need. 1780, that's fine. Right, that's set. Alignment time. Oh, that was quick. I think I've got the alignment time set too fast. That's in. Let's request the route from SimBrief. We'll load in the fuel, 228.7. This will be... Oh, yeah, set payload. I usually can see it sort of go down on its gear, but not today. And then the block fuel, 24 tons. We'll take minimum block fuel. Don't like that. The weather should be fine. There's a bit of mist and murk here. I just want to see what the minimum block fuel is. Yeah, it's 24.1 tons. We've got 24. I'll just put a smidge more on, 24.2. So menu, FS actions, fuel, just go 24.2. Oops. If it will let me. There we are. So maximum takeoff weight 352, 100 tons below that, but we're right up to our maximum zero fuel weight, 228.7 tons. And the weather in Frankfurt is very nice. Variable 4 knots, 10k, scattered 2,700. There's some rain showers forecast in the early hours of tomorrow morning, but nothing's going to be an issue for us. Cool. So that's all set. Let's go back into the FMC to load the routing. Jack is dreaming of catching the RC airplane. Oh yeah, I might upload that as a short for the ladies and gentlemen who are members. I bought an RC plane from Amazon, a Messerschmitt, a cheap polystyrene one, and I flew it, and I didn't crash it. My first ever time into RC flying. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to hopefully fly it again very soon. Right, ident then. Route request. That's a brief, and select route. Requesting Alpaca 7 Foxtrot Romeo for our call sign. I didn't do any fire tests in yesterday's stream. We'll work our way down later onto the radio tuning panel. Is that loaded yet? Not yet, by the looks of it. There we are. So, purge all of that. Load. Or is that what I've just done? I've accidentally done it twice, I'm not so sure. Lauren, it takes an absolute age to get right. Extremely fiddly in the real plane. Oh, the real airplane is much quicker. Take a look at my shorts, Lauren, and I have no doubt that the minimum selector is the exact same one from my airplane. Doesn't take as long. It's just limitations in the sim. Right, I think that, yeah. Activate, execute, and descent forecast winds. Well, might as well put those in. Yeah, this is definitely a more finished FMC than the flight factor. The flight factor needs some sort of tweaking, especially with VNAV. This is a lot more complete. So departures, it'll be off 1 left, Viper 1 Alpha. Execute, departure arrivals. We're expecting a Carax 5 Alpha from the north. ILS 25 right, or plan, and via. Let's just have a little look at the expected arrival. Point RNAV point merge. DF416 or DF426? I think via DF426. Execute. Let's just check for any discontinuities there. Looks good to me. And as a gross error check, the distance, we've got 718 nautical miles. This says 720, so that's very, very good for a gross error. So that's activated, executed, zero fuel, and we can accept the perfinite data. See what happens now when this goes in. Cruising at 360, I thought it was 3, that's weird. 37's our cruise level. Zero fuel weight's in, 370. Ooh, okay, max out 368, fair enough. By the time we get there, I'm going to have to put 350.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Right, so 350. Where do I want ident? Ah! Perf. So we're going to have to go 350, a little bit too heavy for 37. Cost and next is in, I use 30 all the time. Min fuel temperature, that's all standard stuff. Let's use the takeoff performance calculator. So 1 left. Import data from aircraft, 252.9 tons, which is what I'm expecting. Anti-ice, what's the temperature here in Oslo? It's still pretty warm, isn't it? 16 degrees, so we won't use it for departure. Aircraft config, auto. Import weather. Be a wet runway for departure. Calculate. So flap 5, 88.3 TO2, and assumed temperature of 44 degrees. So TO2. 44 degrees, 88.7, 88.3, so by the time we get the APU on, that will reduce. That's looking good. Takeoff, flap 5, CG is 30%. Speeds 49, 62, 65. The difference is because we need to select wet speeds, which I don't know how to do in the 777. Slash wet, as a guess. Generally don't know how to change the speeds. This is just my lack of knowledge of the 777. But we'll accept the speeds from the OPT. So we'll decrease V1 to 149 and accept the others. V2 165 is set. Cool. It's a lovely add-on here. Oh, cool! Oh, wow, I didn't realise we were loading so many passengers like this. Flying Walnut, thank you very much for your donation, madam. Appreciate it.
A welcome or distraction from the mouse infestation I discovered after the stream last night.
Uh-oh.
Living rent-free behind the fridge. Not for long.
Oh no, Flying Walnut, Sasha, the exterminator is here. Thank you very much for your £5 donation, madam. That's very kind. Sorry to hear about your mouse infestation. Poor little cute animals. Well, I actually, when I had, years ago, I stayed around my nan's house. She used to live in a 300-year-old house, and they had straws insulation, had loads of mice, and she used to catch them. But then my uncle got some humane mouse traps and used to let them out. But I'm sorry to hear that. Best of luck, and may I wish you a mouse-free future coming soon. Brilliant. Oh dear, oh dear. Thank you very much indeed. RC flying is great. I miss it. Used to trash around an Aeronautica Champ and a J3 years ago. Oh, very cool. Hoy. This thing I bought is very cheap. You know, it's a little Messerschmitt polystyrene. I'll grab it in a second and show you. Well, in the cruise, I'll show you guys as well. Alex used to have mice in the house. Then I got 2 cats. Problem solved. That's what you need, Laura, and a cat. That'll stop your mouse problem. That's so cool. Also, are all the passengers? Do they appear in the cockpit like in the Phoenix and 7.3? No, because that would kill my FPS. I think there might be an option to have all the passengers appear, but you can see they're sort of disappearing, which is probably a good thing, to having 368 model passengers here. Cool. Right, performance is done. MCP's loaded. Traffic display is on. We shouldn't have traffic on the ND. Auto brake to RTO. Transponder.
Passengers bus is
yeah,
coming.
that shouldn't be on TRA. That should be on standby. 2000 standby as well. How many passengers have I got left? Is there a way of checking? I think I've turned off GSX, all the sort of information regarding boarding, because it was a bit of a distraction. But I think we're pretty much ready to go up here. We'll start the APU. On Unicom. That should be on mic here. Jim, you can have your radio on as well. Oh no, that's just how the passengers are distributed. No problem. That's cool. Load level 86%. We are heavy. Right, let's do a little briefing. So, on a number of stands in Oslo, it's just a straight pushback. I don't know if that's the case from stand 80. Ideally, we'll be facing south. We'll taxi here onto the parallel taxiway. I'll just double check. Yeah, there's no ATC here. It's quite early in the afternoon. But then we'll take full length departure from one left. We've already planned for that. We'll go via Alpha 1. And then the SID
Passengers boarding starting.
is the Viper 1 Alpha. There it is in the FMC. Transition altitude is 7,000 feet. I don't know what page that is on the 777 FMC. But it doesn't matter. Straight ahead, max 230, Golf Mike 436, which is coded. There's no speed restriction coded, so we'll try and put... Oh, the 777's different, isn't it, with speeds? I'm not so sure. Left turn then to GM 437, which is coded 439, 614, Nanon Zesda Viper. Nanon Zesda Viper. It's an RNAV SID, nothing to tune. Happy days. And climb to 7,000 feet, expect further climb by Oslo. 7,000 feet is set on the MCP. Wonderful. We'll just wait for the passengers to finish boarding, and then we'll get on our way. How many passengers does it squeeze on a bus? I'm not so sure. I got you having store. That's it. Yeah, with the 777, you only get speed restrictions with an altitude restriction. That's it. But yeah, whilst we're here, that's a louder APU bleed. Have a look at this scenery from Aerosoft as well. Again, we're not previewing Oslo-Gardermoen, but this is a very nice detailed scenery. As I said, in the Frankfurt scenery, you can't actually get into the terminal. Ooh, there's a Toyota Land Cruiser for sale or to win. Can you hear the boarding? If I just turn the music off. You can hear people laughing and excited to go on the holidays. It's a beautiful terminal, and I don't know if this is actually true for the real one. They've actually got a wooden roof, I think. I think it was over here, like wooden planks. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, the detail is phenomenal. Very, very good. And very FPS friendly. You know, I've got the PMDG 777, a 3080, not the best graphics card. Most of my stuff on high end for the graphics settings, but it's lovely and smooth. Lovely and smooth for me. Good job we've got the 3 stairs, but boarding should be complete soon. The weather's improved a lot as well since the start of the stream. Hopefully it won't take long. The Orbex, I was going to say Leeds, it's not, it's Oslo. Oslo scenery is awesome too. I've not looked at the Orbex scenery. I don't know why. Orbex, I was a partner with them as well. I got an email saying, you know, they were refreshing their list of partners, and then I wasn't a partner, so I don't actually have access to Orbex stuff anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, I will, if they ever send me scenery, check it out for sure in the future. Lucas, at least the speed that isn't 166 knots until cruise this time. Yeah, that was an issue with the flight factor 777 with the climb speeds and VNAV. Supercar looks like the real thing. Yeah, very good. So I've flown into the airport but never visited or been inside the terminal, unfortunately. Right, is that boarding complete? I hope so. Must be close.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Another bus. It's linked to the cockpit door. Someone said about the passengers displaying. Interesting. Perfect. Maybe when I take like aircraft like the 777 with GSX, I've got to sort of, you know, start the boarding process before the stream. So if I open the door, oh yeah, look, I can see passengers sat down. Oh my goodness me, that's gonna kill my FPS. It's gonna be 300. Oh, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All my passengers sat in business class here, very comfortable. Wow. I can't believe... Is that going to be every single one of them modelled? My FPS is actually doing okay. That's crazy. There's my cabin crew. There's Julia and Jeanette. Oh, FPS. Yeah, I'm going to get that cockpit door shut again, but here's another bus of passengers. Crikey, every single one of these seats is going to be taken, guys, at bar 2. I've never seen so many here. Yeah, every single one of them is modelled. I have to do a PA now, absolutely. There's no spare seats. Oh, there's one spare seat, it's going to get filled. Crikey. Who would have thought we would have had passengers? Oh, I think my FPS is being eaten up now. There's a spare seat next to this scrupulous character. Oh, look, there's loads of spare seats. Oh my god. They're all staring at the Alpaca Airways tap anywhere to start screen. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm going to have to do a PA. It's the most virtual passengers I've ever had on any flight. Look at it. It's absolutely chocker. Unbelievable, as if they've modelled this. Hang in there, PC. Hang in there. He's consuming the can of Coke. Oh, that's insane. So if I take a window seat or a wing view, you can see them all. Hopefully, when I close the door, it will... Yeah, look, you see them disappear. Ah, my FPS returns. That's really good. I love the fact that you can sort of get rid of the passengers to increase your performance. Full flight on Alpaca Airways, which reminds me, thank you very much, I forgot to fire up New Sky. But we would have been pushing by now if it wasn't for that to have to take so long for New Sky, for GSX to load all the passengers. Oh dear. Right, let's load this up. Oh, look at that, it's now done. That was the ding. Took about 25 minutes to load them all, which is probably quite realistic. Right, Frankfurt, it's a B77 Whiskey. Departure time, we'll put it at 14:37 or 14:38. It's the earliest I can do. Which is going to be in 10 minutes. There we go. Start flight. I've got a full load of passengers and cargo. Awesome. Right then. Let's get pushback ready. I'll do my PA as requested, seeing I've got so many people on board today. Here comes the tug. Once that gets attached, we'll do it. Yuri, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator that was the GSX plugin, which allows all the passengers to board realistically. Thanks for subscribing there, Harry Findlay as well. She's just walked straight through the tug.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
We're ready for pushback.
Perfect. Right, my PA then. What am I going to say without blurting my operator? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. Captain speaking. My name's Flight Deck Sim. I'd like to welcome aboard this Alpaca Airways flight, the 777 to Frankfurt. Join me on the flight deck.
Departure checks completed.
Senior First Officer Jim, and in the cabin Juliet, Julie, Jack 2, and Jimothy. Thanks AJ Third, I appreciate it. Unbelievable. Yeah, where were the realistic passengers? Where were the PJ pants?
Unrealistic packs. None are wearing PJ pants.
Unbelievable. None of them had tracksuit bottoms on either, AJ Third. I thank you very much for your donation. $3, buddy. Appreciate it. What else was I going to say? Yep, we're just running, or expecting on-time departure, pushing back the next couple of minutes, taxiing out to runway 01 left turn after departure, routing southbound overhead Oslo, flying towards Denmark and west of Copenhagen, and then continue crossing into Germany, flying overhead Hamburg and onwards to Frankfurt. Flight time 1 hour 50 minutes. Nice day to go flying. Just occasional light turbulence forecast. Even if the seatbelt sign is off, I do recommend you keep it fastened, primarily for your comfort, most importantly for your safety. Weather in Frankfurt's very nice. A bit of cloud around, and the winds from the west. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. All ready for push now. Cabin crew will show you a safety demonstration. This is your safety and for those around you. Please ask your full attention. Very welcome aboard. Right. Oh, look, I've got a GSX profile here. So position 1 or position 2? Let's do facing south. Perfect. Oops, I think I've got to do GSX stuff, haven't I? So I need to disconnect, just make sure the APU gen's on. So disconnect the ground power. It's over on this tablet, isn't it? Ground operations, roof chocks.
Release parking brakes, please.
Door management. How do I make sure they're all disarmed? Oh no,
Release
arms.
parking brakes, please.
They are all armed automatically. Yes, I'm releasing the brakes, madam. There we go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
It sounds exactly like Japan Airlines. You gave your operator away. Did I say the word? I might have done. I nearly did a job, but I've done it several times. Right, on our way. Look at that. We're pushing. Oh wait, this has an auto clock unlike the 777-200. That's great. Where's the time? Oh, 1 minute late. 1 minute late, ladies and gentlemen. Beacon. Uh-oh. Oh no, I'm going to get penalised, aren't I, now by GSX. Very quiet here. There's a couple of aircraft there. Right, starting engine number 2. It is 2-1 in the triple, isn't it? Well, we're doing it. Oh, Sam, yes, the pause. The pause! I had to pause. Ooh, bassy. Have they changed the sounds? Nice. Who likes the retro livery? Very nice. This is just default sounds. I know there is a sound pack available. Helps if I look at the right engine. Bit of drizzle. Engine scratching, cannot confirm nor deny. Yes, I have. The shaky nose wheel, but still super realistic. Apart from the tug turning left and going right. Starting engine number 1. Is the pushback complete? Oh, I'm being pulled forward. Cool. Engine start point, by the looks of it. It really pays to have a custom GSX profile. Talking about custom GSX profiles, the Aerosoft Frankfurt scenery does come with one. I don't think the version I got has it yet, so it could be interesting parking later.
This sets parking brakes.
Perfect. Parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yes. Oh, lie
Cockpit
to her.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
There we are. Very quiet in the cabin. No Larry passengers. I think they've changed the engine start. Turn on the VOR, why not?
Unlocking
Oh
gear.
no, I keep forgetting to do the electronic checklist. Yep, check. We did that, check that. Yeah, flight deck door, MCP set, takeoff speeds. We did the pre-flight. Trim, I didn't set. That's why we have checks. 4.75 units. Wow, I'm quite surprised no one caught that. Uh-oh, why is the trim not working? Uh-oh.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Oh my FB. Oh, the Sims. It's stopped. It's crashed. Uh oh. That's not good. It's completely frozen. Oh! Oh, there we go. That was a massive stutter. Oh, it's crashed. Oh my goodness me. Is it? Have I got that? Oh, what is going on? Rip! Is it all those passengers? Something's really hurting my frames. What in the world? Let me just try and set the trim again. It was going really smoothly until then. Something's really hurting the frames. It's crashed again. Look at this. What is going on? What have I turned on that's triggered that? It's crashed again. Oh, that looks more terminal. Oh! Okay. It's really slow and stuttery. Let me just try and set the trim again. What's triggered that? Yeah, trim's working now. 4.75. I mean, it was always. Oh, it's stuff. It's gone. I've got massive stutters. Should I disable GSX? It's just restarting. Restarting it. Oh. I don't know. Ah, something's killing my FPS now. Something is really killing it. What on earth has happened here? Let me just I'm just gonna look at my PC, guys. I've never had this before. So CPU 32%, memory 50%. It's nothing even that bad. That's weird. GPU 40%, but the sim's gone really laggy. But my PC's fine. Everything's working fine in the background. It's just Microsoft Flight Simulator's just gone laggy. OBS is fine. If you can still, no, the sim's crashed, but the PC's fine. And if I share my screen. There you go, look, here's my PC stats. Everything's running fine. Like, the PC is running absolutely fine. Everything's smooth in the background. It's just the sim. Right, it's a bit better now. No, it's crashed again. Right, we'll try our best to tax it. I've never experienced this in Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, it's crashed. Right, let's just try. Maybe it was this checklist. What was I? It was working absolutely. Let me just turn. What was I doing before this started? It's unusable. I've never experienced this before. Someone, you said you had this in the 777 last week. Okay. I mean, my PC's fine. Oh! Connection now lost. Are you still there? I can't release the brake. I can't release the brake. That's it. Do you think it could be Microsoft Flight Simulator? Aaron, you release the brakes, pushing the toe brakes, not on my settings, and I don't have toe brakes model. I think something's up with the sim. Well, it's definitely something. I can't even get the brakes off. I'm holding down my. Ah, there we are. Right, let's just try. Let's try and taxi out. Oh. Ah, look. That's better. Okay. Okay, we're back in business. What on earth was that? What on earth? I'm back. I'm back now. That's better. What on earth caused that then? I've never experienced that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're back in business now. My PC is it's the same. It's all ticking along exactly the same stats, so it's definitely internal to the sim. Oh, thanks, Flaps. I'm allowed to have forgotten things because of the issues. Right, I didn't do any before taxi flow. Oh, server crash, really? I've never experienced that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, config checked, Flaps. Let me just do the before taxi flow whilst taxiing. Chairs on APU off. APU bleed on auto, starts all set. Flaps to 5. Flight controls, we'll check now. That's much better. So that was a Microsoft thing, was it? I've never experienced that in the sim. There's the rudders. Crazy. Seatbelts. Oh yeah, thanks. If I turn those on, I'm gonna get a lot of penalisation, a lot of things penalised, I think, today with GSX. Right, let's now with best Unicom as well. Gardermoen traffic, Outback at 7 Foxtrot, Romeo taxi, runway 01 left. Cool. Now it's absolutely fine now. So I'm unfamiliar with Gardermoen, if it's the outer or inner taxiway they prefer. We've got no choice, we're going to have to take the inner one initially, but we'll stick with November all the way to full length departure. Liquidity sightseeing sim always runs on the potato operated Microsoft servers. There were issues with the servers on Monday morning. So when these issues with the servers happen, does that cause the sim to slow down like I've had? Because I've never experienced that, and the hundreds of hours I've been using the sim, and now it's absolutely fine. At least it did it then and not during the takeoff roll or approach. Because I've looked at the Frankfurt scenery earlier in this aircraft, it was absolutely, the FPS was absolutely fine. Oh, well, you just have to persevere and be patient. But seeing all those messages were coming up with the servers, that sort of pointed towards it, didn't it? Oh, it can cause it to hang and crash, Craig, that's all news to me. Anyway, here's the rest of that lovely Gardermoen scenery. I'm familiar with the airport this side here. When I landed here, I landed on 01 right and departed on 01 right at night. So we've got Norwegian, we've got a default Neo. Lufthansa busy here. Both Mike and November are in use. Roger Chinler, thank you. Tom, I saw similar issues back in the day when I used to play World of Warcraft. Is that World of Warcraft? Not sure. David had it yesterday where my FPS just completely tanked for no reason with the Phoenix. Yeah, David, I had pretty much the same issue there, and I've never experienced that before. Fingers crossed, no more server issues then. It's reassuring that you know it's nothing your end. Alex, do you often fly the same routes or do you get to switch things up? It's completely random, your roster, depends where you're based. I often end up doing a lot of the same routes. Some of the destinations at my base we fly to 3-4 times a day, so I often do that more. I've got a few destinations on my roster I've not been to in a year or two, so especially as I don't fly as much as I used to working in the sim. Cool. Let's do the before takeoff checklist then. We've done all the pre-flight stuff already. Trim we set, oxygen we checked. That's the cabin crew, cabin ready. Do I need to acknowledge that the PMDG? Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Before taxi, anti-ice, recall check, flight controls check, ground equipment's clear. Before takeoff flaps, next will be after takeoff. So just doing my operators check now. So config we checked, flaps we have 5, stab trim set for departure 4.75 units set. Takeoff briefing, the panels are all set here, speed set for departure 49, 62, 65 on the MCP. It's going to be a Viper 1 Alpha, it's an NADP 2 SID, straight ahead, waypoints are going to be Golf Mike 436, Golf Mike 437. We'll just ensure that we maintain 230 knots max. We'll bug the speed in VNAV. In fact, what I'm going to do, because I can in this aircraft, I'm going to LNAV and VNAV for departure, and then we'll just bug 230 when we accelerate. So that's reviewed, cabin secure, checks complete. Andrea's 01 left is mostly used for cargo domestic, first time seeing a 777-300. Whoops. Actually, I looked on flight radar and Emirates 777 took off from 01 left earlier. I'll have you know. That's why I chose it for departure, but I looked on flight radar and the Emirates went off 01 left earlier. I'll let the FedEx go. I think he's waiting patiently for it. He's been there for a while. Perfect. Right, parking brake set. We'll tell the FedEx that I don't know who's waiting for who. Well, let's just see who decides what. It's a bit of a standoff here. Who's going to go first?
Yeah, the traffic simulator 106 to the departing runway 01 left to departure 10 minutes.
Perfect. So that's the Scandi, I think, or is the FedEx? There we are, Scandi's moving. So I'll line up and I'll tell the FedEx to depart. Alpaca 7 Foxtrot Romeo, lining up runway 01 left. If you're on the frequency FedEx, feel free to depart ahead. Is it taxi? Yeah, he's taxiing on as well. Cool, so we'll wait for the FedEx to depart, and we can line up and wait as well. That's fine. It's quite common at airports to line 2 aircraft on the runway, as long as there's sufficient spacing between the two. Right. LNAV, VNAV, auto throttle. So MCP sets, transponder, TARA, strobe lights on, weather. There we are. We'll just wait for FedEx to blast off before us. Anyone on final, Martin? No one, just come up on frequency. And he reported lining up, and we've lined up as well. Grookey, can you fly the MD-11 again? Yes, absolutely. Would you like me to fly the one in Microsoft Flight Simulator or the Rotate MD-11? Oh, turn. Oh, it's actually turning better than it used to. It's not bad at all. Forget how long this plane is. So even then, look, I'm right of centre line. Right, non-standard, but I'll set the brakes. See where FedEx... Oh, he's already rolling. Perfect. We'll just give him a couple of minutes separation. Live begins at 40 track. TCAT is off. Yeah, turned it off when I lined up. Turned it on whilst I lined up. That's my operator's SOP. Apollo wants Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight Sim TFD1 is good for me. I need a review. Oh, Grookey, I've flown it. If you look at my... I think it's 5 or 6 streams ago, we flew the TFDI MD-11. You off, buddy? Good boy. Now, how long is this flight? It's going to be 1 hour 50 minutes. Tom Pascal, I hope you're doing well. 55 months as a member. If it weren't for the lifestyle, that would be a pretty nice office for you. What's that? My actual office? Oh, the 777. Sorry, Tom Pascal, let me just get back into it. Yes, if it wasn't for the lifestyle, that would be an awesome place to sit. Yes, but it's the 15-hour, 16-hour flights away from home for weeks at a time. Jet lag, that's the bit I don't like. But if I could fly this on daily, home every night, absolutely. Get my type rating in. Right then, I think we're all good. He is just off of TCAS. We're waiting a couple of minutes, we'll advise if that's him. And Gardermoen traffic, Alpaca 7 Foxtrot Romeo, taking off runway 01 left. Right, Toga's in chat. The time is automatic, thank goodness. And release the parking brake. There we are. Let's go. Okay, I don't know what the stabilised thrust is. We'll use about 42. Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. Sounds good. They're not flight factor. Not quite as good as the flight factor ones, I think. So 80 knots. Checked. Release the forward pressure. Much higher V speeds today. We're very heavy. Remember, we just don't have the fuel, but a huge amount of passengers and cargo. V1. Let's rotate. Up we go. Nice long aeroplanes at nice slow rotation, release back pressure as required, and we're airborne. Positive climb, gear up. Cool. There's VNAV speed. So I'm just going to wait until we're 1,000 feet above the ground. Remember, it's 200 and... what was that speed restriction? Just going to look at the chart. It was max 230, so there we are, we can start accelerating. We'll probably have to hold at flap 1 for this initial turn for the speed restriction. So bugging up, flap 1. I'm just going to open the speed window and bug the speed 230, which is the maximum speed for that first turn. Oh, it's actually the same as the up speed, which is pretty convenient. Left turn. Flaps up. It's only for that first waypoint, to be fair. Awesome. It's all nicely in trim. So turn's complete, we can disregard the speed restriction. Command A. Close the speed, so that's going to command 250 knots. There we are. Yeah, flew very nicely. So flaps up, no lights, there's no ATC, we'll just continue up to our cruise level, which is 350, we're too heavy to get to 37. Set standard. And VNAV passing 40, flight level 370 after takeoff checklist, gear up, flaps up after takeoff checklist complete. Oh, look at that, just broke through the clouds. Beautiful. Turn that down a bit. Martin Keel. Excuse me, 15 months as a member. Don't forget to put the gear into the off position. Good one. Nice try. Maybe just turn on Toby Eye Tracker. Excellent. That would be quite useful. Thank you very much for continued support. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. We've also got Fig Jam, who's joined again as a member. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, you're a rank of captain already. Thank you very much for rejoining. Very, very kind. Simbic World, you've joined as well. Thank you very much for joining as a member. Hope you're doing very well. And we've also got the typewriter kid. He's just gifted a member to Poutine Fly, I think that is. Welcome aboard, buddy. That's a gift from the typewriter kid. Thank you very much, guys. Oops, 350. Well spotted. Okay, max is still 369, so we'll just stick with 35 initially. 3 lovely FPS. So 250 knots, we're quite heavy. That's giving us about 3,000 feet per minute. Oh, look at the scenery. Gricky, I once tried to use the thrustmaster yoke. My dumbass bolted the yoke to the floor. What? How'd you manage that? Impressive. There we are. Left turn now to Golf Mike 614. Superb. 3 streams in a row, guys. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. Who knows? A little bit busier tomorrow. LSK, am I the only one with a sound glitch? Sounds get distorted when Captain's speaking. Don't know. I see no one else complains. Unless there is an issue, I'll have a look into it. Anyway, passing flight level 106 or flight level 350 pre-cruise check. So fuel, we've got 21 tons. Lights come off. Taxi. Passengers, electronics to auto. APU's off. Pressurization. If we call that info. FMC. Alternate list uplink. Cool. Recommended 310, interesting. So that's all set. Recall. Check's complete. Daniel, Flight Factor or PMDG? Ooh, tough one. Look, if you use Microsoft Flight Sim, you've got a fantastic 777-300. It's, I think, more complete. You know, it's working very well. Flight Factor's in beta. I think there's a lot more modelled, but obviously it's a lot more work needed to tidy up the FMC, a few other features, VNAV, but the things like the immersion, the sounds. I've really enjoyed that night flight yesterday. So yeah, I think the pricing for each one individually is representative of the modelling. So the PMDG 777, it's obviously working really well. It's fantastically realistic. But for example, look, none of the circuit breakers are modelled. The failure list isn't as comprehensive as with the Flight Factor, and that's reflected in the price, I believe. Growing soon at 100,000 subscribers. I'd love to get to 100,000 subscribers. We've still got a way to go. Growth is very slow now unless something comes out and I get early access or something like that. But the most important thing is to enjoy what you do. I'm not one of these people who's obsessed over subscriber numbers and membership numbers. The important thing is to not lose the goal of running the channel. It's about having fun, and I love doing this. I really enjoy it. It just reminds me of my youth, and have a lot of fun with a bit of banter with you guys as well. Aaron, you've noticed the electronics auto never seems to turn off signs in the cabin. We put it in auto now. The display off there's gone. Let's have a look here. In the Alpaca Airways aircraft. Oh yes, it would seem you're right. Also says no electronics here. Cool. Glad all the passengers have disappeared. Oh look at that. Following an aircraft on the exact same routing. See if we fly through their contrail. Great performance still. So what's this weather here? Looks like there's some weather returns. Is that just the basic 2D image? Where's the tilt? So that's the gain. It's not model, but I can't change the tilt or anything, so I think it's just a basic 2D image because you can't actually move the weather radar tilt. Oh, it's just that default top-down 2D weather. Yeah, okay. GoFriend, do you use flight sims when you don't stream? Usually to plan a stream. I have occasionally fired it up to just practice something. Usually at some sort of new approach I'm flying into. So, for example, when Corfu's new RNAV approach became available last year, I flew into Corfu on the new runway 16 RMP approach. It used to be circle to land. and I just wanted to look at it, and I did fire up the sim the day before and use it, so yeah, still use it. Just a basic image with a lot of garbage returns. We'll ignore it then. But look at the weather. That is very nice. Sort of scattered cloud there, some sort of cumulus over here. It looks really nice. Nabil, you seen anything about Rex Atmos? If so, what are your thoughts? I've not heard of that, Nabil. Is that an add-on and an immersion add-on? There are some great immersion add-ons available. I've used some in the past, but I tried to run the sim as vanilla as possible, just mostly to, I think there's less things your PC to have to do, if that makes sense. Aaron, why doesn't your operator not arm VNAV before takeoff? Good question. We were going to at one point, then it never came through. So we just use a lateral mode, LNAV or heading select, and then just bug up manually in sort of toga. If you engage the autopilot in the 737, level change then engages, and then it just pitches for the speed. So it's just the way it is. There's no difference really in efficiency between the two. Look at our ETA. ETA is going to be less than this as well because it's got the full arrival. So it's an hour and a half. Yeah, it's probably going to be more hour 25. Awesome. Ah. Bug. Alborg VOR may or may not have flown into the airport once. Astro Trucker, do you fly Explain anymore? Literally, we were streaming an Explain about 20 hours ago, so I use both sims to stream. Putin fly earlier, NG couldn't do VNAV before takeoff. Yeah, I think the first NGs didn't even have VNAV. It was sort of retrofitted to the 400s, and then, or maybe the NGs always had it, but you couldn't use it for departure, not sure. Oh, Aaron, yeah, VNAV for departure is absolutely fine. A lot of operators use it, and it works really well. So no problem arming VNAV in the NG for departure. Marty Kill, explain yourself, Captain, for not using Explain. No. Brilliant. Welcome aboard, Lee Russell. Dang it, missed takeoff. Dawn Teams calls, unbelievable. Work calls. But we're on our way now. Took off about 10 minutes ago. I've got an idea. How about after we've landed in Frankfurt, we'll offload the passengers, do the replay, throw to the Be Right Back screen, and then load in on the Microsoft Flight Sim server in the, is it the Volocopter? And we can then tour the airport in the Volocopter. How does that sound? You guys fancy joining me for a little 15-minute flight around the airport to see what we can find? Explore the scenery from Aerosoft. As I said, it is very detailed. One of the things is the terminal interiors you can't go inside of. I don't know if that's a limitation with my sim, but I think they've made it that way because of the size of the airport. Good luck flying that thing. I've flown it before, Lee. It was challenging, but yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we'll go on the North Europe server, and then yeah, I will run a giveaway for it as well. I'll purchase a €30 gift card for anyone who's chatting around there. Josh, what do you think about the Flight Factor 777-V2? Check out my stream from yesterday, Josh, where we flew the aircraft, the release version in beta. Very pleased with it. It looks like VNAV is still in its infancy with the add-on, needs some fine-tuning. But certainly for X-Plane users, the best 777 you'll probably ever get. Yeah, I did, when InnyBuild sent out their Heathrow scenery years ago, we did a tour in the Volocopter. It's quite good fun. I think I just need to change from my control column to my stick. Look outside. Look at that. that drone cam's very cool. I agree, PMDG 777 has the best physics. It's good within the limitations of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but takeoff and landing is something that hopefully Flight Sim 2024 will improve on. I do prefer how aircraft handle. FPS has dropped off a little bit. I mean, it's smooth enough, but it's not silky smooth. What's my FPS? 24 FPS, which is a lot smoother. Oh, do you think it's the passengers it's loaded in? Oh, I know why it's not smooth. There's the model of 368 people. That's why it's not smooth, guys. Ugh. GSX has killed the FPS on the external view. 368 passengers. Now, guys, I'm gonna kill GSX if you don't mind, just to see if that improves my performance. Oh, I have. That's definitely hurting it. I mean, it's smooth. It's a bit stuttery, but look, that's why it's so bad. Oh, that's weird. JSX and Kootl's not running. Oh, that's weird. Does it sort of like permanently load the textures in? Oh, that is hurting. But thankfully, in the cockpit, it is smooth. Uh-oh. I think because Kootle's not working. Don't like doing this in the background. Still all there, I can see them. Look, you can see them moving. Can you see that guy moving in the window? Look, look, look. See them moving in the window. Oh, that's good. It's not available at this height. I think it permanently loads the textures in or something. I remember reading about that. So if I even restart it, like I've restarted Kootle in the background, but it has all the passengers on the external view, which is eating in my FPS. But in here, it's fine. Tell them to get off. You're hurting the FPS. Brilliant. No, it was the doors. The doors does it for in the cockpits. If I open the door here, they all appear. All the curtains are closed. So if I open the door, we've got every single passenger. Oh my goodness me there. Ah! That looks like Voldemort from... Oh, his head's returned. That looks like Voldemort from Philosopher's Stone. That was scary. Yeah, so opening the door makes them appear and disappear in the cabin. So as soon as you close it, the FPS comes back. Yeah, I did restart Kootle. It's fine. We just we'll stick to the views inside. But I don't want to mess around with it because I'll probably end up breaking something. Right, just past Viper. Let's do a little time and fuel check. Scrolling down, that's the end of the SID. So Viper airborne for 17 minutes, airborne for 16, that's great. Should have 18 tons of fuel. We took minimum block fuel. We've got 18.6, we saved 600 kilos. Burn should be 6 tons. That's based off a 20-minute taxi. Fuel used is... How do you find fuel used? Surely that would be under fuel. That's fueled either side. .6, perfect. So say 400 kilos. Joshua, yeah, it's the weather radar is not. It's the basic 2D one. Ah, that's it. FPS is put to 40 now. Anitus, is there a setting in the iPad to turn them off? I don't think so, because it's GSX independent to the PMDG. Grooky, by the way, a new 777 came to X-Plane. I know, we streamed the release version yesterday, and I was very fortunate to get the alpha version, so I've done about 4 or 5 streams in the Flight Factor 777. Yuri, the control under the nose looks pretty awesome. Yeah, we're just above the traffic there. It's pretty cool. So we're now south of Oslo, flying between Oslo and Denmark. I don't know what the name of the sea is here, east of the North Sea, between the two countries. But next we overhead out of VOR south. We've got then Hamburg, continuing towards then Frankfurt. Thanks for subscribing there, Danish Sawar. Hope you're doing well. Welcome aboard. Josh, stupid question. What does the fuel pumps do except sucking fuel from the tank to the engine? Well, that's its main purpose. Provide fuel positive pressure to the engine. And if the pumps, I'm talking about the NG, I don't know if it's different in the triple, they can suction feed, but at high altitude there is a chance of flame out with that. Hugo, what was your first flight job after getting your commercial license? I was very fortunate to be given a right-hand seat job on the 737NG, where I have stayed for 13 years. Oh yeah, I can't believe Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is in 1 month. It's crazy really, isn't it? Let's see what happens there. I've got enough space on my PC. When I upgraded this PC 2.5 years ago, I bought a 2 terabyte solid state drive for the Flight Sim stuff, and I've got a 1 terabyte solid state drive for all my games. So on the 2 terabyte, I think I've only used about 800 gig. So I've got 1.2 left. Lofi, which headset do you use in real life flying, and would you recommend A20 or A30? I'm still on my A20s, which I've had for over 10 years. They're working fine. I've refurbed them a couple of times with the bits. Yeah, I'll wait until they die, and then I'll probably invest in some A30s. Hugo, are you serious? Straight from training to 7.3, how many hours? When I joined here, I had 130 hours. But that's common in Europe, Hugo. I don't know if you're in the US. US you have to wait for 1,500. But in Europe, it's quite common to finish your flight training, leave flight training with a CPL-IR, frozen ATPL, and then land a right-hand seat job. I know in the US they want 1,500 hours, but there's no link between sort of any risks with that. In fact, some people argue 1,500 hours flying a light aircraft actually can be detrimental to flying a commercial jet airliner. And I can say, as training in the sim, as an SFI and an LTC, when I've trained guys who have a lot of GA experience but no commercial jet airliner, they find it more difficult to get out of the GA habits. They're not bad habits, but things like coordinating turns with rudder, using rudder on final approach, you just don't do in a commercial jet airliner. That's sort of one of the things I see most in the sim. Oh, Hugo, in Canada, what's requirements in Canada? How many hours do you need? Is it more than 1,500? Grooky, have you tried a professional flight sim? I work, Grooky, in a professional flight sim in what they call an FMPT trainer and a level D simulator. So my job, Grooky, is what we call it a TRI. So I'm a type rating examiner, type rating instructor, and a training captain at my operator. So I work primarily in the simulators doing training and checking. Now I've been a checker for about 3 months. And I do 3 weeks in the sim and then 1 week flying the aircraft on the line. But yeah, the real sim I've worked on since 2016, and then went off, did the command upgrade, then came back to the training department last year. I love it, love my job. Joshua, yeah, doing ARSA only for a conditional job offer or not being attached to an airline, but get dual licensing decision has been stuck. Yeah, I am dual licensed. Thank Brexit to that, guys. So I have a UK CAA license and an EASA license for a country in Europe. Where they sound like this.
Whose horse is that?
Dear. Awesome. So, top of descent. Where do I find that information here? Prog? Ah! That's arriving at the airport. Where's top of descent in the 777's FMC? still a while to go yet. So optimum's 3.6. Right, we could. It is recommending 3.5. We could step to 3.70 now. Get up right up to our maximum cruise level. It's nice and smooth. Why not? We're filed at 3.7. 3.70 set. Push. Thrust reference VNAV speed. Let's go. Oh wow! See how the M1 climbs. It's different to the NG. Josh, you have to do both sets of exams when it comes to selecting schools. There's one in Cork and one in Poland that I have eye on, but EASA only. Well, I do emphasise, I can only just about get my head round. I'm an EASA examiner at the moment, so I will perhaps become a UK. Well, I am going to become a UK TRI, TRE probably in the future as well. A UK TRE is called. All the gear and no idea. Do people ever get to the sim stage and someone like you has to say, sorry, but no? Would they normally have been filtered out by that point? As in someone who's struggling with their training. I've never had to. I've had people that have had to have additional training, and every opportunity is given to everyone. So, you know, they passed the interview here, and some people do require additional training to get to a standard. You know, I've never had that experience where I've actually had to go, no, that's it. But that's not my decision to make. That's the company and the training department's decision. You know, the senior pilots there. I just report, grade accordingly based off their performance. When it comes to grading, like most airlines, my operator will use a core competency grading method. So there's 9 core competencies, things like application of procedures, knowledge, communication, workload management, situation awareness, and we grade you from 1 to 5. 1 being excellent, 5 being improvement needed and unsafe. So you know, we just perform up to that standard and grade accordingly based off something called word picture grading, which is quite an interesting concept. If you guys are interested, look up word picture grading, IATA or ICAO, and you can learn about how we assess pilots, and we're trained to assess them using this grading system. Oh, cool, thanks Daniel Delic. It'll only show you about 200 miles before destination. Cool. Low fee lab flight schools have introduced airline SOPs, especially the biggest budget airlines. Do you think this will help generally progressing into the airline? Yeah, I'd think so. If ultimately that's your goal, and training's tailored towards introducing SOPs, then that's fine. When I was doing my ATPLs back in 2010, 2009, 2010, the syllabus was still based off the 737-400. My understanding now, they have a lot of Airbus links now with regards to teaching sort of systems and things like that. Look at Coffin Corner, yeah, so we're at our max cruise level, so we've got our 1.3 G manoeuvre margin. Again, I'm presuming it's the same in the 777. So this gives you 45-degree angle of bank protection up to stick shaker. You can fly in the yellow bar, but you can get on the back of the drag curve, especially if you're slow. Dave, here's the thing I've never understood. How can you have an M1 above 100%? That's actually a good question regarding getting the M1s above 100. Truthfully, I'm not sure why, but the engine's able to spin at a higher speed at higher altitudes. The air's a lot less dense. Those sort of M1s at lower altitude are going to generate greater pressures and temperatures. We're very fortunate, obviously, we have something called an EEC, which monitors everything, and there's EEC protection for over temperatures, over pressures, and M1 and M2 limitations. Matthew Newey, could you do for me a freight flight full of shipping containers from, is that Bournemouth to somewhere? Full of beer and cigarettes from the ship Anson Portsmouth. That's a very specific request, Matthew Newey. Is that in real life or in the sim, may I ask? All flying walnut, good question. In my operator, we would reduce the bank angle to 10 degrees, but it has this auto here, so I'll leave it in auto. Now, we flew into Copenhagen. Oh no, that's. Let me get my facts right. There's Copenhagen. We flew there in the Airbus not that long ago. Oh yes, no one's asked me to click the pen. There we are. Yeah, I'd probably end up taking this aircraft on the next cross the pond. Ah, ding dong. Alternate list uplink. I think this is just automatic, isn't it? A little bit of a headwind, not too bad. So, oh, alternate, so that's... Oh, what's that airport? Can't remember. Arus. Billund here. Oh, what's that? Echo Sierra Golf Golf. I've flown in there a long time ago. Mechanical selector used to be a good union job. Brilliant. Hello, Lowlife. Do you have any students doing the Aben intro event joined to the airline? Not that I know of. That's it, Cloud Surfer. Yes, Yacht the Birdie. Matthew, Southampton to Plymouth. That's a very specific flight request. Bit of traffic ahead.
50,
We might get lucky and get some ATC later.
30, 20, 10.
I agree, 0002. Long time no see. You've been busy breaking records in Malta with all your exercise.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
Hope all is well. Picking up from Discord. Do 777 perform barrel rolls?
Oh no, not
Smile.
barrel roll requests.
Do a barrel roll! Do a barrel roll!
Oh no. Oh. Oh, it's been a while since I had a barrel roll request. Thank you very much, Crew 0002. Hope you're doing well. I looked at your very long message the other week regarding everything you've been doing and all the awards you've been winning for swimming around as well. Hope you've been keeping well, my friend, and you and your family are keeping well too. Cheers, buddy. Do a barrel roll. Actually, with this having fly-by-wire, is there any restrictions like on the Airbus when you try to roll the aircraft, or will it actually let you roll in 30s? Cheers, Wookshed. Thank you very much for your continued support as a member, buddy. 21 months. Every now and then the GPWS callouts from your notifications make me think my plane is unexpectedly landing in the sim. So my turn. Thankfully, I'm quite used to it now. But a lot of people have commented on that before. Thank you very much, buddy. Almost 2 years as a member. Thank you. Lo-Fi Flap, it's nice that some airlines have introduced a 5k bond for type ratings, but I believe it's for UK only. Possibly Lo-Fi Flap. I won't discuss anything specific to my operator. That's just a personal choice. But if some airlines are doing that, that's great news. But I think a lot of UK airlines, there's a shortage of pilots in the UK and UK bases. Don't know about it. I've never done it. What are you on about? Fly low weather radar? No, it's just we were discussing this earlier. It's just a basic 2D image from the Microsoft Flight Sim weather, which was there since launch. Aaron, it's a soft limit. If you push it hard enough, it will override it. Interesting. Interesting. Hi, Demon Shred. Had a great flight today in the Flight Factor 777 from Stansted to somewhere in Helsinki. Not sure. It was a good learning curve. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a new aircraft, but a lot of automation. I like flying the Boeing aircraft, obviously, because there's a lot of similarities between it, right up to modern aircraft like this and the 787, down to the sort of the classics. There's a lot of commonality between them. Everyone knows here how much I love the Phoenix 747-200. That would actually be a good aircraft. I know it's got INS, but using the default FMC, it'd actually be quite a good idea, because then you can utilise it on sort of VATSIM, and so many airports have changed. In the last 10 years since I've been flying, you know, gone are all the conventional stars and SIDs based off ground-based navigation. It's by far the majority is RNAV now. So to take an aircraft with INS and fly it in VATSIM is quite difficult unless you sort of do a you know, some of the remote island destinations. So a lot of the Canary Islands are still based off Canaries, but now even Tenerife and Lanzarote have RNAV arrivals. Oh, did I say Phoenix 747? Sorry, Felis 747. Whoops. Phoenix made a 747, no doubt, be excellent. Hi, Matthew Harris. First found your channel in 2016. That was before I started it, Matthew. That was impressive. No, I'm only kidding. It was the end of 2016, wasn't it? January 2017. And you couldn't get the PMDG 737 off the ends of the runway. Now I own a 737-300 overhead that I'm building my sim around. Amazing, Matthew Harris. Fantastic. That's really cool. What sim are you basing that off? There's some really good home-based sims around. Aerosoft, I've noticed that pilot records and performance descriptions are usually pretty neutral or negative. I've never seen very positive descriptions. I was wondering what is the best verbal mark you gave. I've always given quite positive feedback, so I don't know if you've only ever seen bad ones, but no, if it's reflective of the performance, I'll make that comment, and I'd say by far the majority of my comments are positive. Oh my, here we go again. Matthew Newey just joined as a member, and not only that, you've just gifted 10 members on the channel. I've had so many gifted members. Oh, very, very generous of you, sir. Thank you very much indeed. And what is that in your picture? You were driving a ship, by the way, in the background. Amazing. Thank you very much indeed. So, who now is joining as a member? New and old, Joshua C, Hugo Vanes, Martin Leroy, Taylor L, Parkhouse Spotting, Flight Gamer, Igor Forbestom, Darren Watts, Minimums, Fakes Domino Mosina, Yoni Yoman, 94 Towers as well. Domino Mosina has just provided the instruction on how to join the members only Discord. Follow the instructions on that link. That will get you in. That's very generous. Thank you very much indeed to Matthew Newey for the 10 gifted members. That's going to ping off for ages now. Cheers, buddy. Amongst that, we had new subscriber, I think. Oh no, it's just a stream match pinging one. Very generous, thank you. I might have to change this. I've had this minimums thing for 4 or 5 years, but I think it's sort of part of the channel, isn't it? I could change it. Martin, disappeared for 2 seconds, got an email to say got membership. There you go. It was very, very generously given from Matthew Newey. Wow. Mukshan, what do you reckon, Captain? Rave version of the minimums call out. Oh my, all my days. I don't think so. Introduce some sounds to my soundboard. Maybe something like if I get a membership ping, it's like ooh, something like that. Yeah, Pete, I think so. I hope you're doing well, buddy. You can't change it. I remember watching your NGX tutorials like 6 years ago. Appreciate your ongoing commitment to sharing knowledge on here. Very kind of you to say, Nabil. Thank you. I very much enjoy sharing what I know and learning as well with you guys at the same time. Oh, look behind. Jack? What are you doing behind the door? Come here. Come on then. Here, on your bed. Come on. He's a bit stiff. We went for a walk earlier. Come on. Yes. Oh, just dropped my drink. It was on. That's it. You settle. Cooper Co-Pilot went to career rest. So he sometimes goes like on the carpet. I think it gets quite hot under there sometimes. He's in a nice position. He'll fall asleep there. Bless him. Perfect. Let's reset yoke cam. Brilliant. There we go. Typewriter card just jumped from the oof sound. I thought somebody was behind me. Oh, there's a there's a thing on this soundboard here. Sorry, I love my soundboard. Which makes it sound like someone's like knocking. Let me find it here. Let me just turn the sim down. Have a listen to this, guys. It's so realistic. I don't, especially if you've got headphones on. Wait for this. Listen. It's so realistic. I don't know if that caught any of you out. I hope it did. Banter if it did. Brilliant. When I first played it, I clicked it on the soundboard. I actually took my headphones down because I thought someone was knocking on the door behind me. Freaked me out. I got Ted. Sorry, Reese. Oh dear, dear. It's like another thing as well. We don't have a Ring doorbell, but my fiance's mum's dog. I can't say the word because Jack will get up. Dylan. When he's round, and if the app on his mum's phone goes off with the Ring doorbell, he just goes berserk. It's like dogs are attuned to Ring doorbells. There, Raider, you still look back to make sure. Brilliant. Right, guys, I'm just going to nip to the toilet. I'll only be 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be back at 32, 33 minutes past. I'll just pop you outside. All my juice has gone to my bladder. See you shortly. Cheers, guys. Earth is this music. Turn that back down. Turn off my "will be right back" emoji. There we are. Continuing with southbound then, we're just to the west of Copenhagen, looking at the map. Good. For that contrast, that's super cool. It's really nice. Martin, there was a baseball game in the US where they had to bring your dog to the game day and they played the Ring doorbell sound over the tannoy. Oh no, that's evil. Yaroslav, most of the records that I saw were from air crash investigations. That's why they were probably quite negative, Yaroslav. So those were indeed negative. But what I meant by my question is there a tendency for instructors to focus more on the negatives? Absolutely not, Yaroslav. We look at the big picture. So we obviously need to grade pilots on their performance in the sim and during checks, and for checks, what we call OPCs and LPCs, it's quite a standardised check, so the same thing happens every year. There's some adjustments and new features added to it, and then the training is it changes over a period of 3 years to lots of different systems. So yeah, we don't just grade the negative. Obviously, we need to comment on anything that's affected their performance. And a key word with aviation instance and grading and checking is root cause, and we do something called root cause analysis. So what was the root cause for, let's say, an error or mistake which allowed crew to exceed a limitation. Now for checks, there's limitations on the check, so you've got to be flying the aircraft accurately, so plus or minus 100 feet, speed plus or minus 5 knots. With a simulated engine failure, you can have a slightly increased deviations, and as long as you stay within those deviations, or if you exceed immediately correct, within the tolerances and limitations of the check. If you exceed that limitation, that's a fail in that item. The examiners have the discretion to repeat items in checks right at the end if they feel the crew member won't benefit from additional training. We're all human at the end of the day, and checks are stressful. You're being assessed, and a poor performance could have, it doesn't renew your license. So you've got to make sure you're following it all accurately. Anyway, talking about root cause, let's say one of the most common issues for people on training, especially with the initial license skills test, is the V1 cut, the engine failure. So let's say I had someone had a V1 cut and they exceeded the limitations of the check, the climb out, they exceeded 10 degrees. What was the root cause of that? So was the root cause insufficient rudder? Yes, it probably was, but why was there insufficient rudder? Was it because they didn't know to apply the rudder, which hopefully wasn't the case, but did they apply enough rudder? We got to try and find the root cause. Was it a knowledge issue? Was it the fact that they knew what they were doing but they applied the incorrect procedure as well? So maybe it was situation awareness or distraction, or maybe they weren't managing their workload well. So that's the key thing when it comes to grading checks, and it's finding the root causes if you made a mistake. But on the contrary, if they've had a good performance, you very much highlight that in the comments and grades. But my grades are generally, let me try and find the guidance here. It's a really interesting topic. Yeah, so let me just share this screen, guys. You guys might not find this particular interesting, because it's not obviously about flying a plane per se, but it's how we do sort of grade and assess performance in the sim. So this is just a generic website here. So these are the pilot competencies which were checked during training and checking events. So communication, workload management, situation awareness, knowledge, application of procedures, flight path management for both automation and manual handling, problem solving and decision making, leadership and teamwork. And all of these are assessed on a grade from 1 to 5. So 1 is extremely is excellent performance, 2 is very good, 3 is good, 4 is minimum acceptable, but it wasn't unsafe, 5 is below standard, unsafe. So for example, let's imagine a crew forgot to retract the gear after an engine failure. Okay, that would be a fail in that item. What was the root cause? Was it communication? Okay, was it the fact that it wasn't communicated clearly from pilot monitoring? It's probably going to be situation awareness. Okay, so is the pilot aware of the aircraft, its systems, and projection of the status? And no, it's you forgot to retract the gear, guys. Okay, was that because of workload management? Or maybe flight path management was poor. So they're all interlinked, the core competency grading. And what you'll also notice, some of these core competencies are also CRM learning objectives. So for example, workload management is a CRM learning objective. Knowledge is situation awareness. So they're all sort of interlinked with CRM, all this grading. I know a lot about it because I did my interview as a type rating examiner on the grading system used by ICAO and used by airlines. Oh, Sen, I see your plane crossing my path from the east. Very cool. Where are you off to, sir? Grookey, do you like Swiss 001? Well, I don't not like him. I've heard of him, and he's a huge YouTuber, isn't he? But I think his content's a little bit more pointed towards children, isn't it? And sort of messing around in sims, which is fine. You know, there's a large audience for that on YouTube. Aerosoft, thanks for detailed answers. The root cause idea makes a lot of sense. Very cool. Philippus, how long does the TRI training? So they're independent. TRI training lasts around 3 to 4 weeks. It was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my flying career. More difficult than the commando grade. And it involves a teaching and learning course similar to what teachers do. And it's quite nice. My fiance's a secondary school teacher, so a lot of the things we did in the initial training she's familiar with. And then you do some sim sessions under supervision with training, and then a check, and then off you go. The TRE course is actually quite short. It's online learning, a ground school day, and then you basically observe some sims. You then run some checks under supervision from a senior TRE, and then you have something called an AOC, which stands for Assessment of Competence, which is from a senior TRE. It can either be one internally or an external examiner from the CAA, EASA, state, etc., etc. But the actual course was within the roster in about 2 weeks. But it's actually, you know how to run the sim. You've been a TRI, you've got the experience. So it's just the checking element, really. Sally, you're flying from Copenhagen to East Midlands on a UPS MD-11. Very cool. Well, we just gone past the halfway point. Good boy. Say hello to the camera.
Traffic.
Oh, well, I'd rather you see Jack than I deal with the TA. Hello. Oh, he loves his strokes. I'll, don't know what caused the TA. It's not an RA, it's all good. Yes? Are you looking at me? Yes, you are. Didn't know Jack knows how to say traffic. Yeah, that was actually Jack talking. Oh dear. You good boy. Jack. Oh, you gonna lay down then? You gonna let me finish my stream? Oh, is it yawn? Where's it yawn? A kiss. Yeah, oh yes, lots of kisses. Good boy. Yes, there we are. That's enough fuss and attention. You yawn before we go. Good boy. Lots of yoke cam adjustments. There we go. What caused that TA then? Not sure. We've got traffic sort of 8 miles ahead and 12 miles ahead, all on route to Frankfurt. We might get some ATC if we're lucky. Were those flight deck sim sliders? You noticed my slippers, Luke. Imran, Jack is priority, traffic came second. Absolutely, workload management, as we're discussing. That's the exclusive co-pilots in Crew King. Oh, Charity Aviation by Giorgio Schneider. You had a golden retriever, beautiful. Oh, thank you, so kind, Josh, to say. See you in the sim hall someday. I won't shout about it, but I'll be giddy inside. Oh, you're probably a colleague of mine. I've already seen several colleagues who have been aware of my virtual life. And the alternate list updated. There we are, 210 miles from top of descent, 1607. So we'll start setting up in about 10 minutes. Progressing well as we enter German airspace. Some of the things we've done at my operators put some FIR boundaries in as we cross different units. There's ATC, but there's no ATC online today. Flying Walnut chatting with a TRE talks about the difference between TRI and TRE, not being able to make suggestions in the TRE role, and how hard this can be at times when you can see someone struggling. Oh yeah, so absolutely, Flying Walnut. When you're examining, you cannot train. You cannot teach. It's you know, it's just the reality of the situation. And we do a briefing. which explains that. So if you make an error, we can't point it out. You've just got to deal with it on your own and carry on. And then we remind people to put it behind you, carry on with the check, because, as I was saying earlier, an examiner can, at their discretion, repeat any item once. So if you screw something up, the rest of the check went really well, and you think, look, they just had a little bit of a whoops, you can repeat that item at the end of the check, right at the end, and then there's only one shot. You can't then mess it up again. You can't just have multiple repeats, and you can only grant that repeat if you're satisfied that they don't need additional training. It was just a mistake, and like we're all human at the end of the day, but we've got to respect the rules. James, are you still shooting? No, I went shooting this morning with my very good friend. He did very well, beat me again, as he does every time. He shoots a lot more frequently than I do. I got 59 out of 75 on the 75 Sporting, and he got 68 or 67. He beat me by 6 or 7. What's the white line? That's a contrail from an aircraft ahead. Someone said it looks like I'm being towed. Yeah, it looks like a tow line, doesn't it? Oh, I forgot. Look what I've got in my office desk. Other candy available. Fruitella. Only strawberry ones, because we all know strawberry's the best. I might just have a couple. Well, it's my roots, Martin, being a glider pilot, but I've not flown a glider for nearly 20 years. Definitely struggle if I was to jump in one tomorrow. Excuse me as well, I stuffed my face with candy. Is that the English version of Starburst? They still have Starburst, a different brand, I think. Where's the yellow handle to disconnect the tow? There's a little yellow cable here, should I pull it? That's probably it. I just muted the mic whilst I enjoyed my fruitella. No, I did. Oh no, it's traffic. No, it's the same one. Well, it might have been another traffic. I thought I saw 3 contrails, but no, they're from both my engines, the chemtrail generator. April fruits, James Muscat. I'm off that generation as well, I'm afraid. Do you share sweets to the flood? Absolutely, Joshua. Absolutely. Oh, we're there yet. We're getting there, Matthew. ETA's up here. That will adjust slightly as we fly the arrival, but 16:17. This says 16:33 with a full start. It'll probably be in between, probably landing around 25. It's about 40 minutes. So looking forward to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this career mode and starting a career sort of playlist. Working our way up the ranks. Don't forget to bank right. I just saw that comment when you disconnect from the glider. Yeah, yeah, right, and the other goes left, don't it? Superb. Well, PMDG is flying very nicely. Well on the way. Bit of high altitude cloud, but should be high enough. Oh no, we don't need to worry about engine anti-ice. So this does it automatically, doesn't it? Airfork, I have a hidden stash of Marinaga heat tubes. What are they? Never heard of them. Tyrone Kid, thank you very much, sir, for your €2 donation. Very kind of you. Thank you very much.
What was your first flight sim?
Ooh, my first ever flight sim. My first ever flight sim I ever played was Combat Flight Simulator 2. Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator 2, which was in the Pacific. They had a Corsair, I think, or a Hellcat. And I had that on a laptop when I was allowed it. And then my first commercial actual sim was Microsoft Flight Sim 2002. Professional, with the Cessna Caravan on the front, which I logged no doubt thousands of hours on. And then I got Microsoft Flight Sim Combat 3, then Century of Flight 2004, and I was 10, 11, 12 years old then, so I had to ask for it. I wasn't allowed on the PC for more than sort of 2 hours at a time. Didn't have a PC in my room growing up. No, I was addicted. I remember being at school and we used to get the school diary. In the back of that school diary there was an atlas, and I used to plan all my flights, which cities I'd visit at the weekend when I was allowed on my PC, and on the summer holidays I was allowed on it a bit longer. So yeah, brings back memories. And you know what, Demon Trader, you mentioned that F-18 Interceptor we had on Windows 95, I think, on the floppy disk. It had that, and one of the games did I play Lemmings. Who here had Lemmings on their original PC? But I think that was on Microsoft, on Windows 95 or something, on the big block PC. But it definitely had that F-18 Interceptor game on it. Crikey. That was a long time ago. Which is not amazing. Yeah, Lemmings, it was like, so classic. What else did I play on that? Our first games console me and my stepbrothers had was a Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn, we had the NASCAR game, Sega Rally 95, and there was a boxing game, I think it was Virtual Fighter. I think we discussed this before on the stream. It's a long time ago now. And then we got a PS1. I can't even remember what games we had on the PS1. We had that demo disc, and it used to have that space racing game over the track. Oh, what was it called? It's like on every demo disc on the PS1. And you used to get the magazine with the demo on. But yeah, Driver, that was the first game I had, GTA 3, when I was not allowed it from my parents, but I used to take it to my uncle's, and he was like, yeah, there's GTA 3. That was when it was out on the PS2, though. Oh, so many games, so many memories. Oh wow, JM, that's a very generous donation. Thank you very much, buddy. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. $20. Get me some ammo. Thank you. I actually bought some ammo today. 500 cartridges of Ely Superb 7.5s. So I'll put that towards that, JM. Thank you. Oh my god, Crazy Taxi. Okay, yeah, had that. Time Crisis. And I used to play it with a controller. Crazy Taxi as well, yeah, on the PS2. Amazing. Wipeout! There you go, Demon Traitor. That was what was on the demo disc. Wipeout. Crikey, yes.
50, 40,
oh,
30,
what classics.
20, 10.
Simpsons Hit and Run. Completed it, mate. Completed it. Cheers, GM. Thank you, buddy.
Get some ammo on me, bro.
Thank you. It was very, very kind of you. Now the shotgun's all locked up in the safe. In the UK, very strict laws. So if you're not using your shotgun, it has to be in the safe, bolted, locked. Keys have to be hidden. But yeah, enjoy the shooting by my friend who I go with all the time. He's a lot more into it than I am, so he does all the CPA competitions. I've done a few. I'm okay. I'm still a C class, nowhere near. But my local club, I'm actually A class, but they've got a sort of easier course. But yeah, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Don and Mosin, I bought a retro console. Did play Crazy Taxi last week. No way. My fiance's just come home. Hello. AF Walker, Let's Talk Old. I just sandwiched a novel I wrote on my Commodore 64. Amazing. Oh god, Conflict Desert Storm, yeah. And what was the other games they had? Was that the same devs? And it was SEAL, Navy SEAL game, wasn't it? Oh, that That was great. Oh, PS1, Siphon Filter. Who here played Siphon Filter? And that first level where you had the taser and you used to hold it down and they used to go, and then they catch fire. Oh dear. Siphon Filter. How did that call back from my memory? That was such a classic game. Oh dear, oh dear. That was hard. Stephen, there's an expedition on at Manchester Science Museum called Power Up. It has every games console ever created with so many games. Oh, that sounds really cool. I'd like to go do that. Amazing. It's all about Crash Bandicoot. Amazing. And then sort of when I'd sort of turned 17, 18 and all my friends went to uni, I got into like the Call of Duty, World at War. I played a lot of that online. It was all about the MP40, remember? And then FIFA. I was really into FIFA and football, and not so much now. And then obviously GTA 4 came out, and what was it, 2013? God, that's crazy. And then it was Gears of War, Halo, and still, as many of you know, it's a Wednesday night. So why do I never stream on a Wednesday night, guys? Let's see if any's regular channel viewers here. I'm either at work or doing one other thing. Oh, Metal Gear Solid, yes. Medal of Honor, yeah, played all that. Did you get a Yukon Modern Warfare 2 once, Cat? On, I remember it was the big open level with the sort of stuff in the middle with the grass. Once, yeah. Very good. It's Xbox night. Xbox night with my mates. And Jo, my fiance, is very kind. She always lets me play on the Xbox Wednesday night. Always Xbox night. And some of those guys are in their mid-40s, I'll have you know. Ah, brilliant. Right, I digress. That was fun talking about that. I need to do more stuff on my gaming channel. 114 miles from top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. Start setting up here. So, descent forecast page, 250. Below 100. Oops. Oops. Don't know if you can change that here, or maybe it's fixed. Oh, speed transition. This is where, again, differences between the NG and the 777 catch me out, but that's what I need to do. Forecast winds we did earlier in the planning stage. Fixed rings in we can put in off 25 right. I think when it's busy that's the sort of preferred landing runway. So we'll put 10. We'll configure around 6 miles, no later in the triples. We'll put a 6 mile ring in, 3 times our height, so 111 miles. Good. So you'll notice the top of descent point is way beyond our point here. That's because of this RNAV arrival. So what we need to do at the planning stage is work out potential shortcuts. So we're going to be coming in. I'll go to legs and plan. Try and get it all in view. Plan and the FMC and the charts. There we go. So top of descent is way back here. So if we look at the fixed rings, look at this. We're actually going to be passing Delta Foxtrot 411 here at 16,500 feet. Now if we get a straight in, that's going to leave you way too high. So for those of you who are familiar with my videos will know, we always plan for shortcuts. This is what we do on the real aircraft every day. I'm going to put 420 after 411, saying 16,500. We'll temporarily put it there. So if you get that shortcut at Delta Foxtrot 411, we want to be at 6,600 feet. So we'll erase it, we'll put 6,600 feet in there manually, and we should be then perfectly on profile. Otherwise you're 10,000 feet high. And credit to PMDG, the FMC is working flawlessly with all the predicted altitudes. So now top of descent will change. It's based off us being at 6,600 at Delta Foxtrot 411, and then we could accept a straight into 420. Or a sort of a more likely route into a 10-mile final. The only thing is to bring the speed back as well. I'll bring it back to 220 knots at that point. And I should be able to put a speed in now because I have a level there, as I learned with the 777, which is different. Good, so descent planning's been managed. Otherwise, we'll just check the points in the FMC. Starting at Kerax, 110 above checks. We're going to go to the GED VOR, 407, 408, 411. Plan for the shortcut straight in like this, guys, to 25 right. Otherwise, we've got the point merge, which takes us onto a vector, and then self-position, we'll vector onto the ILS. Plan for ILS 25 right, landing on the northerly runway. unless there's any Frankfurt experts, my operator flies into this airport, but I've not flown there myself. I think SimBrief defaulted to 25 right. I've certainly streamed here several times. We've had some events and we've landed on 25 right. So we'll stick with that for now. So the ILS frequencies automatically will be tuned. Ooh, that's different. 10975. Oh, that's because I've got it default. Now this will change automatically, won't it? So I'll leave that set. Courses I don't need to do. 246. And then 5,000 feet is the platform altitude here. Okay, 25 right for smaller planes mainly, 25 left for somewhat more common from my experience. So I'll see if we have any. We might have ATC, I don't know. 25 left right, main landing runways for the north right makes sense, but you could be assigned either for traffic. Let's plan for right, which is closer. We can always change it. So, onto the ILS. Via that shortcut we've planned. Delta Foxtrot 420 is the final approach fix, which is here, 5,000 feet, 3-degree path, checks in the FMC. Yeah, nicely done, Pigeon. This is looking nice. Minimums, let's go with a Cat D aircraft, 561, 550 metres, so 561. This will take a long time to set, so 561. One is 3 and the other is 3.2 degrees, roger. 3.2 doesn't sound like much of a difference, but if you've got a tailwind, that will increase your rate, the required rate of descent quite a bit. It does take ages to set these minimums. Now our 561 set, I think sync's on, so yeah, it's set both sides. There we go. So that's all brief. MSA we've covered, we've discussed the arrival onto the ILS. So, 25 right, the shorter of the 3 runways, so 2,800 metres, these two are 4,000. The only difference is this one, 25 centre is 60 metres wide. So 25 right, we plan to vacate at Papa 14. If we miss it, we've got Papa 16 and Papa 20. Let's look at the APT. And notice how, because I've modified that descent point, look how Topperton is now perfectly on the 111 mile fixed rings of that early descent. It's a good way of anticipating shortcuts. So landing en route, 25 right. Import aircraft details. I think that takes into account your landing weights. Now, Frankfurt don't like you using reverse above idle unless for safety reasons. Unfortunately, because of the limitations in this sim, I can only select reverse thrust using the thrust lever, so I will use them. Let's try order brake 3, import the weather, calculate. There we are, so order brake 3, 2,100 metres, which is unfactored, and that should be fine. I might go order brake, is it order brake 4 available in this? Let's try order brake 4. Yeah, I'm going to go order brake 4, just so I can make that first Papa 14, if not Papa 16, and that should be fine for brake cooling with reverse thrust. So order brake 4, just because I can, and flat 30. Fuel, going to burn 2 tons, so yeah, 238.6. What's the max landing weight? That's heavy. 238.6 max landing weights. It's up here. 251. Yeah, we're heavy, aren't we? Still about 10 tons below max, but still very heavy. There we are, all set up and complete. Shung Young, thank you. So, thank you for that. Sheng Hyun Lee, if you pull further out the screen while spinning, it will set it quickly. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks for that. I will forget by the time I stream this aircraft again, but look at that, you can actually hold it out. That's great. Thanks, buddy. Yaroslav, you'll have a nice view of the city on your phone. Very cool. Well, top descent's coming up. Reset MCP altitude. Let's have a look here. So we've got 110, expected to correct 5 Alpha. So I'm going to set 110 on the MCP, in anticipation for descent, and let VNAV start descending on its own. Cool. There's a lot of ATC online. Surely Frankfurt's going to be one of them. No, Frankfurt's not online. Billund, Luxembourg, Munich, Berlin, Hanover. No fee, 18 minutes remaining of the flight. Yes, that will go. That will increase that time here, because that's obviously as the crow flies at our present speed. We won't maintain decimal 83 in the descent. Hello V-Sky, check gifted a membership for a month, but I don't understand how to do the Discord. Is something about YouTube? Yes, thanks Domino Mosina for pointing V-Sky check in that direction to all the gifted members, because the amount of people that have joined Discord is nowhere near the amount of people that have joined as members in the past 3 or 4 days. So if you are a new member or on a gifted membership, to join the Discord, you've got to go to that YouTube, follow those steps there, and that will talk you through what you need to do to sync your YouTube channel with Discord, and that will then generate an invite to join the server. And that's how it works, you see. So it automatically recognises your membership and keeps you in the Discord server. There we are, idle. Nice transition on the VNAV path. Top of descent. Down we go. Oh, some crossing traffic. That would generate a TA, but we should be below it with our descent. The problem with no ATC, everyone's just on a free-for-all. But he's maintaining 3 seconds. It's actually a good job we started descent then, look, because we would have been quite close to a collision. There it is, look. Crikey, that would have been an RA if we hadn't started descending by pure luck for our vertical profile. It's Nigel. That was lucky. FMC message, alternate list uplink. Good. Our reserves are 8.4. That's to get to Dusseldorf. I'm of 8.9, so not a huge amount extra. But again, that's the full arrival in there. Nice Freckles, brilliant. Yep, one of our members has just been accepted on the British Airways new pilot scheme. He's going to be training as a pilot for BA. Incredible achievement. Yeah, this is definitely more polished than the Flight Factor. It's complete, you know, and it works very well. Charts is what I wanted. There's the weather. Oh, there's a few CBs bubbling around and showers in the vicinity. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, Michael Lofson, thank you very much for the gifted membership coming in today. And who are you? Was gifted a membership. Welcome on board. Who are you as a member? And thank you very much, Mike, for gifting a membership there. That's very kind. Thank you. So, character 5 Alpha. That's what I'm looking for. Pin that. Approach. ILS 05 right. 05 right. 25 right. And then we'll use the Navigraph charts. Taxi then, yeah, it's an awesome taxi. And I think they've got this modelling of this airport is ridiculous. So we'll vacate La Papa and then cross the autobahn here. And then it's Papa all the way in. And we'll take the first large stand here on the left. Stand 69. Yes, we'll go for that one. Cheers, Mike. Just give him back. That's very, very kind. Thank you. Tom, what's the weirdest thing you've read from a YouTube commenter? Don't worry, I'm not trying to outdo anyone with weird comments. Well, a lot of people have been here for a long time, and we've had some interesting characters through the years, but I'd say 99.99% of people are normal, switched-on people who enjoy flight simulation and gaming, or flying, or whatever. So they're far and few between, and I've got some excellent moderators who, in the rare occasion some unusual activity pops up there on top of it very early. Lowly Lab, which airport did you do your base training? Undisclosed UK airports in the middle of nowhere. Raina, you flew into Frankfurt on the 747-800 a couple of months back. Amazing to be able to fly on her before they're gone. Yeah. That's it, 0.00001%. Brilliant. Who promoted you as the moderator? Good morning, buddy. Hope you're alright. Well, good afternoon, I should think. 17:09, British summertime here. So we just started our descent into Frankfurt. We'll follow standard SOPs and procedures, land, taxi onto stand, offload the passengers. We'll go back to the Be Right Back screen. I'm going to load in the volleycopter, and we're going to do a little tour flying around Frankfurt Airport, pointing at all the features with the scenery. And then, just to say thank you to everyone, especially for the amount of gifted members this week, I'll do a little competition, Nightbot competition for you to enter, and I'll purchase the winner a gift card from Aerosoft, so you can purchase the Frankfurt scenery when it's released tomorrow. Jamie, Japan Airlines do base training in the UK. Weird. Shh. Francesco, what percentage of real pilots to sim enthusiasts do you think you have in chat? There'll be a number of real pilots here for sure. Oh, Seng Hung Ni, it's 1 AM in the morning in South Korea. I haven't seen the Frankfurt scenery yet, so hopefully it looks nice on your simulator. Thank you. There are a number of other people who've received access, so if you type in Aerosoft Frankfurt, you might find some early reviews as well. Not that they'll be as good as mine. No, my airport scenery, some people go in a lot more detail than I do. Just got to be a bit cautious here. There's traffic only 5 miles ahead. Spot them. Definitely on the same arrival. Well, welcome aboard, Diddy. Hope you're doing well. Not quite on the runway yet, just routing towards Carax. I don't know what aircraft that is ahead. I mean, we're descending quite fast, which is quite normal in the triple, but being something a bit slower. As any Londoner would say, Ken. Well, Kira, no idea. I hope you get a ribbing at work for some of your streams. Shall I land today? Because I saw your stream last night. Now, you're referring to the one 2 nights ago where I couldn't get the PMDG 737 in we were in Brazil, weren't we? Couldn't get it into Viracopoulos, where it was. Cheers, Relax and Disney for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your lunch break. Can't see that traffic ahead. Off when that Microsoft Flight Sim had its moment earlier with the server, wasn't it? Or server disconnected and Sim nearly crashed. No, Lauren, I never said that. No. No, you misheard me. I never said I want to switch to Airbus. No. Nope. I confused myself with V1 simulations or something. Tom, no, Tom, the PMDG 737 doesn't have the same level of 3D modelling as the 777. I bought the 73 was sorely disappointed, especially in VR. Yeah, I think the textures are better in this, aren't they? Have they spoke about the NG getting the fresh stick of paint like the 777 has had? it's lovely and smooth now. Yeah, behaving very nicely on path, just slightly high on speed, keep an eye on it. Stratocost, a little bit late, then said, is the plane now available? Yeah, PMDG 777's been out for a while. Flight Factor's just been released as a public beta. Welcome Stephen Bigman, hope you're doing well. 0321 short here as well. Yeah, that's wouldn't change. Didn't change whilst I couldn't watch live. Oh, very good. I'll put the seatbelt sign on. 20 minutes to landing. No electronics on. Tom H, yep, absolutely. We'll get the iFly 737 Max as soon as I can. Left turn to Carax 110 above, so we're coming on the arrival. Remember, we're going to plan a shortcut from Delta Foxtrot 411 onto the arrival. German city there, don't know where that is. Stratocost, how have the sounds been? Is that the PMDG sounds, buddy? Yeah, they're good. I think the flight factor's better. Mark, I think that's me ahead of you, but I'm not on VATSIM, only New Sky. Yep, that's VATSIM traffic there, so if you're not on VATSIM, that won't be you. Alex, cheeky. It's always the Dutch. Always the Dutch to come in with the banter. Oh, they're getting idea. You're allowed to say field in sight if you can see it with binoculars. No. Impressive flying that whilst holding binoculars as well. Brilliant. I did say a few CBs bubbling around, but not that I could see any. Oh, really? It might be New Sky. Does New Sky generate traffic then? How? It has traffic injector now, so you can see New Sky traffic in Microsoft Flight Sim. My apologies. Oh, really? So that's why I can't see you, because I would definitely see you 5 miles ahead. That's really interesting. I did not know that. That's really cool. So, does it use the same model matching then? What's the next level? Might as well just set the MSA. 4,300. Or just set 80 for now. Looks like the guy on New Sky is taking himself off the arrival. Uh, 0321 Short, you flew from Amsterdam to Princess Juliana. Definitely took the KLM then. Absolutely lovely, despite it still being in beta. Yeah, it works well. They just need to fine-tune VNAV, but I enjoyed the flight we did yesterday. Nice weather, thanks for the update, Lofi Lab. 1013, 26 degrees, 3403 knots. Wonderful. Just going to introduce a little bit of speed brakes. The target speed's just ran off a little bit there. So as it's back on target speed, we can stow the speed brake. I'm being quiet back there. And slowly stow. Cool.
Aerosoft.
Oscar, have you not been watching my streams? No, I'm only kidding, buddy. We all have busy lives. No, I've not flown any 7-8 recently. Michael, can the EFB pop out so that you can have it next to your PFD? Yeah, isn't there some click spot for that? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I completely forgot you could do that with the ghost hand. Yeah, that's a neat touch. I like that. So maybe I should have done that during briefing. Jim's complexion is slightly off. Oh. How do I turn it off? Do I have to... There we go. Yeah, that's a neat tool then. Right, so approaching flight level 100. These green circles will represent the decel point to reduce to 250 knots. Interestingly, that course is correct, but the ILS frequency is different, 10975. That should be 11135. I might change that. Frequency error. Uh-oh. Well, it's definitely 11135 on the chart. See what happens when we get a bit closer. There's the decel to 250. Post-cruise checks coming up. Lights on. Pressurization's all good. Seatbelts on. Recall. Checks complete. Run the interactive checklist. Pre-flight. We've done that already. Descent, so recall check, notes done, order break we did, data before approach briefing we did. Next will be approach checklist, which will be... Oh, it's gone back to pre-flight. Approach. Cool, so I'm going to set MSFS 4,300, so I'm going to descend now down to 5,000 feet, which is the platform altitude. 5,000 feet set. Is it nav radio in auto before inputting the lock radio? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, but it does say on the PFD now the correct... Oh, there we are, we've got the ident now. India Foxtrot November Whiskey, so that's good. So we're on the glide already. Wonderful. Just again, introduce a little bit of drag. Gonna go flight level change. Gonna bring the speed back to the up speed. 230 knots. And now, imagine with ATC we'll get a possible clearance be something along the lines of route director Delta Foxtrot 420 cleared the approach. Something like that. We've lost VNAV, but that should come back in a second. There you go, and see how that restriction worked? But it's pretty much bang on profile. Oh, there's Sim's stuttering again. So this is Microsoft Flight Sim servers, or is that... So I've never had this issue before. And I reviewed the scenery in the 777 earlier, took some pictures, it was absolutely fine. It's a massive stutter. Right, we're gonna... So, because there's traffic there, we're gonna self-position behind him, so I'm gonna give myself a bit of a base leg here. So self-position, heading select 155. Looking really nice here. Could have been the scenery loading, yeah. Good, so I'm going to go vertical speeds. Just do 1,000 feet per minute. Lovely CDA in. Yeah, those engines. They're quite close together, those two. Uh-oh, what's pinging at me? So, oops, yeah, my bad, speed brakes extended. Don't do that with thrust. Yeah, all the gear on no idea, yeah, we've had that at the start of the stream. We'll have to push back the whole of Microsoft Flight Simulator, just stuttered and basically ground to a halt for about 3 minutes. We got all those messages saying check your connection, and then it went green, and then the FPS improved. But we checked the task manager and it was all pretty good. We'll step down to 4,000 feet. And we'll give ourselves intercept heading now. There's no way I was going to do that full star. 1 dot below, looking good. Traffic's about 5 miles ahead, so we'll go flat 1. Do you ever forget the speed brake in real life? It's a lot easier biohazard because you've got your hand on it and you can physically see it. But it's nice to have the warning here from whatever it's called, ECAM. Right, correct sensing, arming, localizer. Going flat 5. Frankfurt traffic out back at 7 Foxtrot Romeos, shortly turning final ILS Zulu 25 right at 16 miles. There's traffic just behind us. Sort of slotted in quite nicely here. Should keep the speed up to it, go behind. Roger, keep 200 knots in. Ooh, I love how it matches the heading after localizer capture. Runway heading 246 set. Approach, glide slope capture, missed approach altitude. 5,000 feet is set. We'll keep the speed at 200 knots. And there is the mega airport Frankfurt in the distance. Start the flight recorder. So we'll taxi on to stand like we do every stream, do the replays, put the be right back screen on, we'll then explore the scenery in the volocopter, and then go, actually, you know what, I might have to skip the volocopter thing, guys, because it is getting up to half 5. I might just have to drone cam it this evening, but we'll do a group flight soon, guys, we'll do a group flight soon, I promise. Yeah, that's what I thought, there's no ATC. This airport is always really busy, even weekday, I thought we'd get something. Rip FPS, sorry guys. Right, there's 10 miles, so now I'm going to plug the flat 5 speeds. Seems to be sufficient spacing ahead and behind us. No, this is it today, Yuri Janssen. Okay, speed's quite stagnant with flap 5, bringing the speed back, so I'm going to go to flap 15. Approach checklist is complete. Next landing checklist. I'll land the speed brake now. That's helping with the drag. Good. Next will be gear down flap 20. Getting ready to watch the soaps before Xbox. Oh, I need my hook of Coronation Street, Michael Tizzard. I've not watched any soap in my life. No, it's just noticing the time. It'll be nearly a 3-hour stream if I volocopter. I will do an online group flight soon though, guys. There's 8 miles, so it is struggling a bit with the speed, so I'm going to drop the gear. So gear down. Flat 20, what's the speed? Flat 2225, no problem. It's the same as 15, so all it is gear down and then landing flat. Flat 25 is 200, then 180. So flap 25. And flap 30. Final approach speed for Europe plus 5. So flaps 30, landing checks complete. Cool. Right, let me get all nicely settled with a view before I disconnect. That's a really nice view for landing. Perfect. Right, yoke cams up. Leave the auto throttle in because it's triple. Flight director all engaged, and then we just close the thrust levers manually during the flare. I'll try and land a bit smoother than I did yesterday, guys. Okay. Let's not talk about yesterday's landing. FPS good so far, looks nice and smooth. And it is What time are we going to stand? Ah, perfect weather. I've had really nice weather the last few streams. No excuses. There's the airport coming into view. I don't have Fly Live up with my FPS counter at the moment, but it's running beautifully smooth.
1,000.
So you can see the terminal on the left, all the buildings and construction, the train station as well on the left. That's fully modelled as well.
Frankfurt traffic 3J.
And Frankfurt traffic up, like I said, Foxtrot Romeo is final 2-5 right, 2 miles. Perfect, see the traffic on the road as well. Yeah, no traffic there. Ooh, balloon up there, so pitching down. Perfectly in trim. The runway at the same point in the windscreen. Keep descending. 3 whites, a smidge high, so just keep descending.
Frankfurt traffic
Back on
descended
Pappies.
259 indicated runway 35 right.
Keep descending.
Approaching minimum.
Checked.
200.
Checked. Switch my sync rate.
Minimums.
Continue. Smidge high. It's alright, the triple. Oops.
100.
Ballooned a bit there, no problem.
Sync rate.
Whoops. Check.
20. 10.
Hold. That'll do. So speed brakes up. Reverses. Oh, that's all the brake 4. It was a little bit long manual braking. Oh, hot brakes, 60 knots. And we'll take this next left. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Frankfurt. Yeah, I got a little bit high the lot at the end there. I know they don't like using reverses, greater than idle here either. Perfect. Oh, it's a bit uphill here, isn't it? And welcome to Frankfurt Aerosoft Mega Airport scenery. My FPS right now and Fly Live is 28. A little bit stuttery, but that could be all my specs. If someone wants to get them up, you can see them in the PC, but I've got a combination of a lot of aircraft, people on GSX, streaming stuff as well, but it's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do, just get the taxi charts up here, start cleaning up shortly. I'm going to cross Papa 1. I've gone a slightly different way when I was actually planning, so I'm going to go Papa 1, and then on to November, and then we'll taxi, what was it we wanted to stand 69? Brilliant. So there we are, there's a bridge over the Autobahn. I've no doubt someone's got a picture of an aircraft crossing this. Very cool. Yeah, it seems to be stabilising a bit now. Flaps coming up. I think once we got GSX passengers off, we'll be absolutely grand. Perfect. So let's do the clean up. Transponder out off. Fly directors off. Let's leave that at 5,000. So we're going to taxi now, continue in a straight line all the way until we get onto November via November North. Just bring the speed back a bit. There's a lot of vehicles around, stuff driving around as well. Yeah, so interestingly, before the stream, when I checked the scenery all installed, I was in the 777 and the FPS was better than what I'm experiencing now. It's smooth, we're in about 25 now, but it was a lot better when I just spawned in on the 777, so I don't know if it's anything going on with the servers in the background. It's certainly usable, but it's definitely dropped off from what I had when I was taking all the screenshots. Alex, you've driven there several times in your car. Very cool. So I'm going to cross over to November North. Again, I'm unfamiliar with the routing for a wide body jet like this, whether we can actually use this taxi routing or not. So on to November North. And that's now find Was it gate 69? Heavy. There we are. Request follow me? No. And I should think by the time we've done the tour and got all the passengers off using GSX, they're still there on the external model look. We've got 346 faces all modelled here. That will help things. So we're going to carry on November North, and November, and then November all the way via November 8. We'll take the midline to Alpha 69. PC showing its age, I know, 3080. That thing used to be the best. I meant to get one of these 4080 things now, aren't I? Still fine.
Papa 1, November 19er, November Lima, November 14,
Can't ask
November
much
8,
more of it.
and November 7.
Capture using taxi 737s, absolutely. Let's make sure I'm not taxi in front of anyone. That's all clear here. Oh, I've accidentally stopped the aircraft. Yeah, nice a flight. The aircraft handled it really well. I won't get a 48 until I upgrade my old PC. It's all fine for now.
Frankfurt 1 Lima Charlie, Frankfurt traffic information, lining up runway 25 down.
Perfect. I'm not meant to be giving on Unicom my exact taxi instructions whilst taxiing, surely. Martin, can you taxi a 777 with one engine? Possibly. I'm unfamiliar with the procedure. So having a look at my, if you're interested, specs and what my PC is doing right now, you guys are far more experts than I am. Ooh, why can't I control Alt Delete? That's not working. Well, I'd love to control Alt Delete, but that's not working. So I can't even show you what my PC's doing in the background. Looks like that Lufthansa cargo's waiting. There we are, it's such a huge airport. So now we're on November. Get the AP up and running. Start. But this is going to be probably one of the largest airports in Europe regarding sort of surface area and busyness. Probably just behind Heathrow. But yeah, it's running a bit smooth. I've just logged off ATSIM now because there's no ATC. Certainly, for me, I'm satisfied. I know you guys love all the performance, but don't forget I've got a lot running here. I've got flight recorder, which I forgot to start recording, so we don't even have a replay. Great, sorry. New Sky. I'll shut it all down and see what FPS we get after we do our little scenery tour. Frankfurt Airport. And I believe it's the work of 2 people at Aerosoft, all this. And it's been a real labour of love. Sustainable aviation fuel inside. There's Lufthansa Technique. Yeah, the detail of these airports is just ridiculous. Coming up to the next left then, which will take us to our stand. 30 knots, just watch out taxi speed. And we're going to park on a Lufthansa stand. Uh-oh. Controversial. It's so large, this airport. A little bit of understeer on the nose, all good. Yeah, 15 knots, a little bit too fast. We'll take the second yellow line here. Should be GSX stuff over here for us. There's VGDS as well. It's all nice and quiet and calm here. I do a good amount of fuel, 9.5 tons. Yeah, I mean, we're just taking in a sort of the scenery now as we taxi in as realistically as possible. So I took my screenshot thumbnail. And Alpha 69's here. GDS going to turn on? Or have I screwed something up? Uh-oh. No gate guidance. I definitely said Alpha 69, didn't I? Oh, it's up there. Ah, hello. Yes, slight issue. My GSX profile, it comes with one, but they didn't give me one for this version. So my marshaller, who's currently hovering 20 feet mid-air, has got incorrect guidance. I was wondering where it was. Oh dear. But yeah, there is a GSX profile that comes with it. But there it is. Telling me to turn left, no problem. Right, APU is running, shutting down the engines. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aerosoft Frankfurt Mega Airport. We are here. Wonderful. So we'll just do our post-flight duties. Seatbelts off. Beacon come off now as well. Close the flight, yeah. I'll get all the stuff off in the background. Yeah, the performance is now increasing already. And request deboarding.
Boarding requested.
Do you want to reposition default position? No. It's going to try and connect the air bridge. Where's it go? Smash. Oh no, I think it's doing a good job, isn't it? So even if you don't have a proper... Even if you have a proper GSX profile, you can still offload everything. Amazing. You see how far and view is brilliant. They gave him the wrong QNH. Love it, Nictus. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you for a while. Never knew David Blaine took up a new job on the ramp rat after his poaching career. Brilliant. There's the GPU getting connected. Right. You see it's running a bit smoother now. So what we'll do, we'll get the GPU on the bus. Shut off the APU. And GSX should start the offloading now, and I don't have the profile, so it's probably just going to sort of spawn out, but you can see, that's probably why my FPS is quite bad. I've got the model of 368 people. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What on earth was that? The worms. That was not a great PC game. That was really funny. Oh dear. Right. Without a GSX profile, I think the passengers might be just sort of disappearing as they leave here. Or maybe not. Oh, my cabin crew. Sharing a sip of the fate. My poor PC trying to load all this in. Oh dear me. Right. I want to sort of get rid of the passengers because it is killing my FPS. To show you what the performance is, which is actually very good. It's still pretty good in here. Let me just try and restart it again. Sorry guys, I'm just doing some stuff in the background. Restart Google, yeah. I think a GSX expert would know here, even if you restart it, it leaves all the passengers in on the external model. Even if you stop it, unfortunately, I think it just rewrites it. Anyway, not to worry. Let's have a look around this scenery. So, who here in chat has flown into or out from this airport? If you have, if there's any particular areas you'd like me to explore, let me know. Because I'm unfamiliar with the airport, but we'll sort of start over from here. It's got a lot of forest around here. It's very nice, actually. Very green. And here we are, starting at the train station. Yes, in 2001, Lauren. That was a long time ago. There we are. So the train station is built on stilts. I think this area is modelled. Or not. There it is. It's sort of loading in. There we go. So bear with me. Bear in mind my PC's running a trillion things here at the background. But you can see here the train station is fully modelled. It's coming in a little bit slower. You can even hear the train sound effects as well. So I'll just smash my head through it. It's got a hotel on it as well. No way. So, multitude of buildings all modelled here.
30,
Cargo DHL, a huge office, but looks of it. Kanopki, thank you very much. €2.50, appreciate it. Digital zoom in further, it's giving me nightmares.
Don't zoom in further.
Oh,
It's giving me nightmares. Smiley face.
sorry, Kanoku, there you go. So that was the train station and the buildings outside. There's several monorails that seem to go around the airport here. But again, I'm getting worse FPS than I... Guys, I'm just going to quit and load back in because I think GSX and the 777 is really killing my FPS. It was nowhere near as bad as what I'm getting here, and I don't want it to look like that's the case. It's GSX with the 777. That's the first time I've done it with the passengers, and it's really impacting the performance. But you've seen the sort of beginning of the airport there. We'll reload in the triple, put it back on the stand we're at, and then we'll just continue the tour. So it's beginning to stutter a bit there. Steve Vogg, you flew in there once. I remember a few castles in the region visible from here. Very cool. The typewriter kind, the flight bridge memorial, I wonder how that looks. We'll go have a look. Just have to tell me where it is. Will realistic depiction of the station at Deutsche Bahn have cancelled all the trains again? Oh, I didn't realise they've been... Are they on strike at the moment, Will? Having store, does this also include the mandatory DB delays? Probably. Nabil, no replay. No, unfortunately, the replay system, I forgot to record. I fired up the app, but I forgot to record it, unfortunately. So that's why it didn't work. Right, that's where we started. Let's go back to Frankfurt in the 777, but without firing up GSX, which is eating into my performance. Zurich, Frankfurt, not for the north. We'll go exactly where we were. Alpha 69, which I think was there. There we are. Set as departure. Fly! Let's go. Those damn people, I know, said fake Boeing 737. Yes, they were killing my FPS. But don't forget, after we've done our little tour, had a look around, I'll run a giveaway for an Aerosoft voucher so you can have a look as well. Whilst it's reloading, I'll get all the information you perhaps want to hear about the add-on. €25 is the confirmed price, which is quite reasonable. Bear in mind how much is modelled and how detailed it is. That didn't take long. Perfect. Now, one thing I can tell you... Oh no, it seems to be okay. Oh, see how much smoother it is? So much smoother. Yeah, 36 FPS. I've gained 10 FPS by just reloading into the sim. There we are. Let's continue the tour. There we go. That's better, isn't it? So, you know, the sim, depending on what you have, GSX running all these things in the background can really hamper your performance, but this is so much smoother now. I just wanted to show you it is really FPS friendly. How they do it, I think one of the things they've done is, you know, the interiors are modelled so you can sort of look in and see things there, but you can't actually get into the terminals. I guess there was a balance between performance and detailing the interiors from outside, so you can sort of see there, but as soon as you get the drone, it puts you up. So I think that really helps with the performance. 10 FPS at the price of 300 people's lives, absolutely. But all of the stands are accurate. You know, it's accurate as per the airport layout in September 2024, so literally this month here, they've updated it as per just on release. It's got the taxiway bridges that cross the Autobahn to runway 25 right, which we used on the taxi in. There's two taxiways, so there's the bridge look. And then we use the bridge over there in the distance, which is pretty cool. What's my current FPS? 36 FPS, good, I don't know. Current FPS is actually 40, it's 50. There you go, hold on. Let me just share my screen. It's the only way I can have it. There you go. So that shows my instantaneous FPS. So 40 as we sort of look towards the airport on the second line. Sort of 30 as I move around. As if I stop, it sort of sticks at around 50. Not bad considering all the stuff that I'm running here for the stream. You see it sort of changes around. It drops a bit 20 as I go over here. But yeah, it seems to be steady at around 40. Very good. So highly realistic nighttime effects available. And also, you know, if I zoom right in, you can see the texture quality. Very nice. It's got all the correct slopes and everything as well. Visco Choco, I don't understand why they build interiors killing FPS when you aren't able to get in there. I don't know. I think that was something that was mentioned, but you can sort of see the camera joints out. But It's a balance, I guess, because they're Oslo-Gardermoen scenery, you can go inside, and the Builds interiors you can go inside as well, but I think because of the scale of the airport, you know, if they were to actually put detailed interiors, that would probably really impact performance. So this is their 60-metre wide runway, which I probably think is most commonly used with the westerly winds, because I think they like departing on runway 18 and then utilising these runways and, well, all the westerly facing runways as per, you know, maximum capacity. I need to speed up drone cam. Can you imagine if I took the volocopter? This is taking ages. Let me just speed up the camera here, guys. $180. Whee! That's better. Yeah, frame regeneration is good for performance. I've heard about this, but never used it. I think they've also allowed for the fact that this is probably being dug up in real life right now. Hopefully updates in the future will keep all the layout up to date as well. So I guess this is this an old terminal? Is this used, or is it just purely for cargo? It's huge, this airport, isn't it? I've definitely done a pushback from over here in a cargo aircraft once in a stream, I remember. 25 said, 07 said it's almost always for departures. Understood. There's Lufthansa Technique over here. The scale of this is huge. What do you guys think? It's a bit of a sort of quick review just to show you all around. So it will come with a custom GSX profile. I couldn't find that in the pre-release build in their folder, but no doubt even if you can't access the one that is available, someone will make one and provide it for you, but it does or will come with a custom profile. Has the VDGS module as well, which didn't work unfortunately because I think I had GSX on, but then GSX obviously wasn't modelled correctly for the airport. Interior modelling on areas visible from the air side, interior passenger models, and custom vehicle traffic on the apron, custom traffic on the autobahn as well. It has the new Terminal 3 apparently as well, but it's not operational. And when it opens in reality, apparently they'll do the same in the scenery and update it. It is a mega airport. Absolutely. They must have a huge technical part of this airport here as well. There we are, now 777. Amazing. I think the departures hall's modelled, or am I making that up? I mean, look at all the complexity there, all modelled. Wow. Oh, that's inside the train station. Oh man, my drone cam's really sensitive. No, I don't think the interior's modelled there. But the entire airport outside is very detailed. Yeah, I think this has been a real labour of love for the two guys from Aerosoft, so well done to them. All the hard work will pay off when it's released. Beautiful looking scenery. All the details on the roof as well. All of that would have been hand placed on a computer. I don't know how you guys, or these guys do it, people that make products like this. Now you can simulate being a pilot walking through the airport, absolutely. Some people like to see the lights, let's go tonight. There we go. Frankfurt Airport signs illuminated, all the Lufthansa signs as well. There we are on stand Alpha 69. There's the train station in blue. What's that in pink? Oh, that looks like some texture loading issue. I might let the devs know about that if they're not aware already. There's the train station main terminal. Yeah, it looks really cool. It's just very FPS friendly now. Frankfurt Airport. All the details here, look at that. Wow. They love Frankfurt Airport signs, don't they? They're everywhere. That's amazing. Let's have a look on one of the approaches. Yeah, there's all the taxi lighting are perfect. So blue edge lighting, green taxi line lighting. If you're on final to 25 left, that's what it looked like. Very, very nice. My PC should run around 10% of this. Well, apparently everyone was saying in chat this isn't powerful enough by PC. It's fine. Very, very good. Who would like a chance of winning a copy of this then? Don't think Aerosoft usually sponsor giveaways, but I just want to say thanks to you guys for all the support you give me. I'll purchase a $30 Aerosoft gift card for a lucky winner, and then I'll get that sent over to you so you can purchase this scenery when it's released tomorrow. There we are. That's so cool. Just think about how much Sims have developed in even the last 5 years. It's bonkers. Right then, let me just get that all set up in the background. I hope that you found that tour useful and interesting. It wasn't as detailed. There'll be some, for sure, detailed tutorials going into all the intricacies about the airport as well. Frankfurt Airport, you know, it's one of the most popular airports in the sim world, so now you've got a very realistic one available for you to be used in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, just before... Oh no! New Sky! Oh, I quit the flight. Oh, it doesn't matter. Look, I got 10. 10 out of 10, guys. Doesn't matter on New Sky for my previous sector. I'll just have you know. Perfect. Right then. Let me just set this up in the background with Nightbot. So giveaways. There we are. Just setting it up in the background. So keyword. Enter. And listen carefully. Okay, in lowercase or uppercase, put in the 4-letter ICAO code for Frankfurt. It ends. It begins with E, ends in F. Only put it in chat once. If you do it more than once, it will throw you out of the giveaway. There we are. Martin, you've got the right idea. Jahia plays Malk 51. Daniel, Boeing King EDDF. That's it. Just put that in chat. Frankfurt. Excellent. Excellent. That's with chill music. So I'll let that run for a couple of minutes. If you are the lucky winner, all you need to do is get in contact with me via email, flightdecksim@gmail.com, or X or Instagram. They're the only places I accept DMs. And just show me your YouTube homepage with your logout screen. You don't need to show me any other details, just so I will know it's you, and I'll take a note of your username and your profile picture. And all I need then will be your email address. Or I don't think we even need that. I'll purchase a voucher and that will generate a code, and I'll send that code to you. So you can purchase the Frankfurt scenery when it's released. X, what's that? Oh, Twitter. Sorry about the replay, guys, but I had to quit out the sim anyway, because quite clearly the GSX was absolutely... It's a bit of a gimmick. I love the passengers, but when you're on an aircraft like this, when it's loading, how many passengers do we have? 368 passengers, all of those little individual 3D models. Absolute frame killer. As soon as we rebooted the flight, absolutely fine. Performance has been great, 40 FPS. Putin fly, I think Cat knows that. Right then, I think it's time to roll the winner. Domino Mosina's going with John F. Kennedy. Brilliant. So, let's roll it. The winner of the Aerosoft gift voucher is Joseph Roy. Joseph Roy. Are you a member? Are you a non-member? I don't know. But you have won the giveaway. Congratulations. I'll purchase for you an Aerosoft scenery. Sorry, an Aerosoft voucher so you can purchase scenery when it's released tomorrow. Joseph Roy is flabbergasted. He's not said anything in chat. Oh, he has. Thank you, he says. Joseph Roy. Are you a member? I can't remember. It's not come up in chat yet, but I've just seen it come up on Nightbot chat. Thank you very much, buddy. I've taken a picture of you. Looks like you're flying a light aircraft if you've got your PPL already. Congratulations. Not a member. Amazing. Look, not a member. There you go. Unrigged, I'll have you know. Thanks, Joseph Roy. As I mentioned, you can find my email address on my About section on my YouTube homepage, or Instagram, or X, or Twitter. Message me there and I'll get you the voucher sorted. Right then, guys, that's it for today. We'll sign out there. Once again, thank you to Aerosoft for sending me early access to the Mega Airport scenery as well. I hope you enjoyed my brief overview and flying in the PMDG 777 from Oslo. Nice to have flown the updated aircraft. did a fantastic job. The aircraft is a great add-on as well. Yeah, that's the third stream in a row. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I've got a lot of other stuff on my last day off to do, but I did pencil in these days. But it's been great fun. If I do stream, it'll probably be on the second channel, something fun. Yeah, it's been awesome last few days. Thanks for everyone's generosity with the gifted members. There's been loads that have come in, but I've got a busy week coming up. With no standbys, so and long days in the sim, so I don't think I'll get anything in. But best way to stay up to date is to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you get notified whenever I publish any video or stream. To all the regular viewers and subscribers, thank you very much, and to everyone that donated, thanks for your generosity. To all the members of the channel, thank you for your continued support. That's it for today. Signing off, and I'll see you all again very soon. Cheerio.
Whose horse is that?